Yes, we
Yeah, bro.
are. We in look. It's been a long time. Time let you without a dope beat to step two head ass. This is episode 3 of the Corner Section podcast. This is your
Yes,
host with the
sir.
most, with the greatest, Dylan Kemp. I
It's
know
a
it's been a
Don
while.
deal.
Yeah, it's a Don deal. Still fuck my fake pages. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all a story actually about this one fake page, but about what this one nigga did to me. Um, but like always, back, always black. Stay in black is my damn near co-host at this point, DeErik
Damn near.
Reed.
Damn near. Steve hit me up. He was like, bruh, you the co-host? I was like, bro, I just show up when the man call. he like, hey, bro, let's do a pod on this. I'm like, all right, bro, I ain't got nothing better to do.
Bless
And I
you.
enjoy being on the podcast, bro. It's easier than catching you on a FaceTime, bro. Nowadays, you be out and about, bro. You be
Yeah,
producing, out on dates, family stuff. You be doing it, bro. You be out, work,
fam.
all that. So this is the easiest way to get a conversation in. And, I'm supporting you in the easiest way I know how. So that's going to always go. And if it's
I
free, it's me. So it's free to
right.
show up.
I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Um, so yeah, like I said, it's been a while. It's been a while. We just got to catch up because like
Hell
even
yeah.
even talking like because we haven't talked in a minute either.
That's what I'm saying.
So we just
Like,
haven't been able to like catch up like that.
the last episode, you sent me episode 2 on June 5th. So from
Yeah,
June 5th
yeah,
to the end of July, what have you been doing?
fam. Um, what have I been doing? So excuse me. June was kind of crazy. June. Um, so I had actually recorded another podcast episode that will be released soon. I know people have been waiting for that episode.
Yeah, I saw the
Um,
teaser and I just been
yeah,
waiting.
yeah. So I finally found out how to edit, and I'm gonna get the. I didn't realize I was missing. That I was still missing like one little bit of footage. So yeah, I'm gonna get that edited. I'm gonna get the other piece of footage, get that edited, and then the week after we recorded that one, I think I was doing this like personal development program. I think it was that next week. It might have been. I did that, and then that next week, um, I might have my dates wrong, but I think that next weekend was Vegas, and I went to Vegas. Um, was there that
Like,
weekend?
I think so, bro. Because
Yeah.
off the camera, I still will call randomly every weekend. And every
Mhm.
weekend I call it like in Vegas.
Yeah,
Personal,
yeah, yeah.
personal thing,
If
personal
if
development,
if you
Vegas.
know if you know me when I'm on a Vegas trip, I'm gonna decline the call and be like I'm in Vegas because I'm probably at like a blackjack table or something.
Hey,
Um,
what happens in Vegas, bro? You ain't gotta say no.
right. I didn't do nothing though. So I got back. My dad ended up getting COVID, and then at like July, I don't know what the fuck July is, man. Mercury must be in retrograde or something. I'm not even one of those
Type of dude.
retrograde. What's your
Yeah.
what's rising
Iron
and
is in
moon?
Gatorade right now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I'm just like, look, you just crazy. Just say that, fam. Just say that. Like, I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, you have a Libra moon and a
Bro,
Capricorn sun, and
I
you're a
knew I knew
Gemini."
when I
Like,
started hearing like solar plexus like when they started really going into like I can get maybe 3 things, 3 attributes. I play video games, so like you kind of pick your 3 main strengths or whatever in games. So I kind of get it, bro. I'm not gonna knock that, but like once it started getting to that point where it was like I saw somebody posting about a Gemini more than they posted about themselves. I was like,
mhm,
Jesus Christ, your personality is literally just an Instagram page. Like,
just yeah,
that's not it. Like,
yeah.
that's not it.
Now, I mean, like, I'll see consistencies throughout the signs. Like, I see consistencies in Gemini's, in Sagittarius, in Virgos, and whatnot. But when you start going deep into it, and you start making excuses for yourself because of like your rising, your moon, I'm just like, nah, fam, you just fucked up. That's what,
I
like,
never understood, like, I guess people try to tell you this, or like, I don't know if it's like your Mars or your Venus. I want to say it's your Venus, and like the way bruh, it's a look, bruh, it's one for every planet and then some. Like I'm trying to tell you, bruh, it's one for every planet and then some, and then it's houses within that thing. So like
Yeah.
they got like it's damn near 12 categories. If there were an Excel sheet of all the possibilities of like the normal ones are right here, or like your suns are here, your moons are here,
Hmm.
that'll go for like maybe 12. Then like if you look at these columns, it'll be like first house, second house, and there are like 10 houses. Then you gotta like, I admire it, but once you start having like 12 books and none of them you've read completely because you're just looking for that one combination out of the like 36 million that you created out of all these options of this big Excel sheet you done made, I'm done. I can't listen to you now because you're getting a
Same.
little too specific. Like, oh, today was Tuesday? Oh, yeah, your Venus told you that you need to do that.
Hey,
What?
you gotta go pay your bills. Go pick up your kids. Nah,
You need two, 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 two.
right. My Venus said I had to work on myself today. No, you got bills. You gotta go. You gotta go pick up your kids.
Yeah, bro. It's,
You gotta go to work.
your pockets was looking a little light today. You couldn't make that trip to Starbucks. That's your
Right.
Starbucks told you you need to go ahead and work on
Right.
yourself.
Your pocket told your ass to go the fuck to work.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna start naming my wallet Pluto.
why?
My Pluto is telling me that we need to go ahead and get back to this
Oh.
grind. That's funny.
So nah, back to what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my dad got COVID beginning of July. He was the only one who got COVID too.
Mm,
He nobody else in my family did, and it's probably well, he was also like one of the I think the only person not wearing a mask in the casino. I would
hmm.
wear a mask because like Vegas casinos smell like smoke, like, and that
Yeah.
shit just makes my head hurt, and I can't deal with that. But he was just walking around here, no mask, no nothing, and he got COVID, and so dealing with
What?
that shit, I fucking hate quarantining. Um,
Yeah.
I could have done the episode then, but I didn't really know what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted to do it on or anything, and I don't think anything had like come out. Nothing was popping. Um,
This has been a
then
later half of a month type deal. Like nothing really happened. And who wants to talk about July 4th?
right.
Like it's National Cookout Day, bro. There's nothing else to speak of.
Um, dang, what else happened between like July 4th and now? Nothing that I can tell the audience, or maybe a couple things, but nothing I really can tell the audience. But been going through like a midlife crisis since then.
Nah, for real.
So,
For real.
no,
I'm the
like
same way. I'm like, whatever I did in the month of July, that's off the records.
whoever said that 23 is your hardest year was not fucking lying. 23 kicked me in the nuts, and like kept just kicking me in the nuts.
I'm gonna be
Like
honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. They don't warn you for 24.
24 is worse.
They don't warn you for 24.
Fam.
24 is like one of those like I'm almost halfway in. So like it starts on like a high end, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like
Hmm.
my momentum, I'm getting there. Like Kanye just low key, Kanye literally has a song like we wasn't supposed to make it past 25. The closer I get to that age, like
Right.
the more that song hits. So it's like, yeah, you start off on some high points. There's some really low lows, like some really low lows.
Right.
I'm not even gonna lie, like 24 is a tough year. And I've actually heard quite a few individuals tell me that without directly telling me that. Like, I've seen some people like just coming out of a struggle, and I'll be like, "How old are you, bro?" 25. You know what I'm saying? So you like, 24 did that to you?
Right.
And now I'm
Tw- tw-
24, and I'm like,
Fam,
it's
like
getting tough. It's getting tough.
yeah, ain't nobody told. Luckily, I'm like the last person in all my friend groups to turn 24.
Hmm.
So I'm yeah. So I'm gonna have y'all to look at
Yeah.
Y'all navigate 24.
I mean,
Um,
you saw how 24 started for me.
yeah, yeah. Hey, that's
No comment.
it's just still. It's like the Boondocks episode when they had the fake Jack Bauer, and he was kicking the dude in the nuts to get the answer out, and then to get finally get the nigga to give up the location or whatnot. He put that steel boot on and got it run and start. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that,
A running start, bro.
that shit,
So,
man.
all in all, to say that whole month from June 5th to 7/31, we are going to hit a little skip. Like there was an intermission that happened in the movie. Y'all ain't even peep it. It's just
Right,
been a month.
right.
It's just been a month, and all of a sudden, music dropped, Nope dropped. We saw Chadwick Boseman in a nice mural like they did Iron Man and the new Spider Man.
Hmm.
That wasn't even the new Spider Man. That was the second Spider Man.
Yeah.
Secret Atlanta rappers, apparently. We got a lot to talk about, bruh.
Hmm.
We got to have a lot of conversations. Yeah, bruh.
What?
I just reread this list, and then there's
Wait.
one that I'm gonna like. I'm looking at this notes right now, bro. I'm damn near about to move this up.
Oh shit! I forgot to add. I forgot to add one. Actually, hold up.
Okay, while that's going on, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and start with this, bro. Because yesterday, the most interesting thing that has happened in this fake month that does and doesn't exist. Yesterday, I saw a note. So, what a movie! What a movie, bro.
That's what I said. That's what I said after I saw it. And
Yeah,
I saw it with my girl, and she was like cold the whole time, and I didn't think I was paying attention, and she was that shit. I was paying more attention than I thought I was because I saw it at the same time, knew everything.
this movie. First, I'm gonna give my initial reaction and just
Yeah.
my overall thoughts. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I think, I mean, in certain ways, the movie is kind of obvious, and it's so obvious that it's kind of funny in a way to
Hmm.
look at because it's all about spectacles. Like that's
Right.
all the movie's about. It's like, what are we making a spectacle of, bruh? And what happens when the spectacle becomes tired of being the spectacle? Like,
Hmm.
how does it retaliate? And this whole movie was like a Jordan Peele retaliation. Like everybody wanted that super in your face horror, like in your face, socially overt thing, and then like you got this movie that tonally felt different than all of his other movies.
Right.
Like you didn't get the answer you were looking for at all. Like the one thing you probably thought you were going to see in that movie, you didn't get, and you were like you
Right.
wait about
Right.
2 whole hours in a 2 hour 30-minute movie for you to
Right.
really get to the point where you're like, oh, this isn't going to be what I thought it was at all.
Hmm.
And that subversion, bruh, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But then I also kind of get to the point where it's like, maybe I'm just not smart enough for this movie. Because certain parts just felt important but didn't feel important, bruh. And I don't know if I want to spoil it right now just in case somebody hasn't seen the movie.
Hmm. Nah, look at this point, if you haven't seen the movie, we just gonna spoil it. Just go ahead and
Yeah.
spoil it.
Skip about 15, 20 minutes. Skip
Right.
about 15, 20 minutes because from this
Right.
point on, no holds barred. What was the point? I get the whole point of like certain parts of this was an ode to like film and cinematography and like everything that is involved. And then we get the classic American sitcom.
Hmm.
But why? Why? Like I get the whole spectacle of the monkey or
Hmm.
like the chimpanzee or whatever. That's cool. And what was it? Gary or like
Gordy.
Gordon? Yeah.
Hmm.
And Gordy. I get the whole moment. I didn't know that like after he ate her face though, like that she would come back later in the movie. Like, what was the point? I didn't understand like her. I get the idea that like maybe he wanted closure, like
Hmm.
what is his name?
Jupe.
Jupe. Yeah.
Jupe.
I get that Jupe wants closure for the whole moment and everything, but like how stupid of a moment was that to me? Like that was one of the lamest parts of the movie when I realized, Oh, that shorty that got her face ate.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, because I mean, like in the trailers, you thought like, because you pretty much knew it was gonna be an alien movie. In the
exactly.
trailers, you thought like she was somebody who like saw the aliens, got fucked up, and then like got sent back to
Yeah.
Earth or something. But
I thought it was
nah,
just one of the aliens, bro. I thought like it was
yeah,
gonna be
or
like
that.
like everybody's in the crowd, like looking at. I thought it was gonna be one of those where like Jupe ended up being the alien
Mm,
at first, right? And
mm-hmm.
then like he's doing all this like, we got a show for y'all tonight, and I thought he was just gonna eat motherfuckers, and like she was gonna be like the main one eating. Like when she does like that weird scene and you start seeing her face, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, this is gonna be a tough movie because that's the type of stuff you would see in Us. That's the type of
right.
stuff you would see in Get Out. Like it would just immediately change. And then on this one, it was just like, no, this is actually just a really heartfelt moment that shows you, even in trying to make a spectacle, the spectacle will retaliate. And you did the same thing with Gordy that you didn't want to do and didn't want to relive. And look at yourself now.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But it's still like all that setup, all that setup just for Jordan Peele to be like, gotcha. And it's very, very in your face because the whole first thrilling shot of the whole movie to me when Clover, the chapter of the movie Clover. So
Mm-hmm.
they're in the stables and the power, I mean, everything's running. The sprinklers are running,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
lights are on, cuts the lights off, they cut back on. Then you see the aliens for the first time. And they're doing all this crazy alien shit. And you're like, like now it's about to be a
Everybody
Jordan
in the theater
Peele
was
movie.
like, "Oh shit!"
It's going to be a Jordan Peele movie. And then it was like, ha ha, I gotcha. Not the type of movie
Everybody
it's
else was
good.
Jupe's kids. Yeah.
That was just the whole
You didn't
foreshadowing
like
for the
that
whole
part?
movie. That foreshadowed I knew at that point, oh, this is the type of movie this is going to be. Like, I kind of had thought in my head, like, I would think, damn, aliens are really among us. I'm going to really think that by the end of this movie. And then I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, I really looked for an alien this whole time and missed the whole point of just having expectations. Like, the audience, Jordan Peele makes social commentary movies.
Right.
And I feel like this one was just about audiences' expectations. Like, what do you expect? And why do you expect it? And when you don't get it, why do you hate it? Like, and that's cool, but like, I guess after hearing Kendrick's album, where he's basically saying the same thing, like stop having expectations. It's like everybody's in this like stop having expectations mode. And I get y'all been
Yeah.
alone after this whole COVID thing, and everybody feels like we're all kind of in this resetting phase. Like let me reset with everybody else. Just like I'm kind of tired of hearing the same theme, bro. If I see another movie that has to do with people's expectations and everything like that, bro, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to lose my shit. I promise you, I'm going to stop going to the movies, bro. That's why I almost boot. I won't say that, but I almost didn't watch Thor the proper way.
Look, you could have gone. You could have bootlegged Thor. I'm not gonna lie. I saw that. I saw Thor, and I took my girl, my little cousin, and then her brother. I low key want a refund. The best thing about that movie is Christian Bale and Russell Crowe.
Of course, because
Best thing about that movie.
I will say this though about the movie. To go back to Nope real quick, great acting, great, great script. Like I'm
Yeah.
saying all this, I'm hating, but I'm not hating at the same time. Like it's
Right.
a well-made movie. I think just the timing of when the movie came out, bro. I'm just a little sick of this thing. Like if I go back in a year and rewatch this movie, I'll be like, bro, this was a really good movie. I kind of hate it. I know I'm gonna say that same thing in a year because it's a good movie, but just the timing for me, bro. I love being counted out. Like, bro, like I don't know, bro. I'm just tired of it, bro.
All right. So let me get my thoughts about the movie.
Yes, bro.
So all right. So I'm actually surprised you gave it a 9 out of 10. Very few things make a 9 out of 10 for DeErik. I would give it like a 8.5. Giving it a 9.
A nine is tough. A nine
Yeah,
is a tough thing
yeah,
to like give. That you're saying that's almost a perfect movie, and
yeah,
I can honestly say there were a lot of weird flaws in that movie.
yeah. Um, I if I were to rank this in his filmography, I would rank this higher than Us,
Hmm.
but still Get Out is number one. Um,
You can never remake a movie like Get Out.
right, that Get Out is a classic. Like come on.
Oh man, what is the name of that movie? I gotta look this up right now because it's gonna bother me.
Mm.
Because the whole opening scene of Get Out is based off that whole movie.
What was the opening scene in Get Out?
Or not the opening shot, but
No, no, yeah,
The
no,
Shining. The
oh,
Shining.
okay.
So that whole big pan, like when you get to the house, it's like the opening of The Shining when you first see the hotel. It's
Mm.
like the same opening on it. It's
I
really
haven't seen
dope.
I haven't seen The Shining in a while.
I haven't seen it at all, but I just someone pointed it out to me, and
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But no, I enjoyed the movie both times I saw it. Actually, I needed to see it a couple of times to kind of understand it because the first time I saw it, um, I wasn't I wasn't really picking up with the idea of spectacle. I was just trying to figure out like what Gordy like the whole Gordy situation and what Gordy meant to the
Hmm.
movie.
Right.
And the second time I saw it, I was like, okay, this movie. But I think the overarching theme was spectacle. Yeah, no, not I think, but the
Yeah.
overarching theme of the movie was about spectacle.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, like shit. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say there's a few unanswered questions like what was the purpose of the shoe that was standing up and a couple more I can't think of them right now. But uh, I like the movie. This shit kind of fucked me up for a couple days. Not gonna lie.
I feel like
It fucked me up for a couple days.
understandably so, bro. Like I kind of just want to go back to the movies. Like I just want to go back today and be like, was I
Yeah.
tripping the first time I saw this? Like that's all I'm thinking in my head is like I gave this a 9 just strictly off of the premise was fresh for Jordan Peele. Like
Hmm.
I didn't get a one trick pony out of this. There were so many subtle things like when the dad is dying and he's literally naming the chapters of the movie. He's going Lucky, Clover, Gordy. Like he's literally saying that that's
Oh,
his last
that's what he
words.
was saying.
Those are his last words when he's
I
dying, bro.
thought I thought he because I knew he was saying words that started with with the alphabet of AB of the alphabet, right?
I thought it was that at first too, like
Well,
but then towards the
he was going
like
A
something
B C.
Beethoven, like
Yeah,
you would think that, but his last words, Lucky, Clover, Gordy, like it
yeah.
is clever
I'm gonna have to
because
go watch that shit. I'm gonna have to go watch that shit again.
yeah, you can tell like that's something that would be very like that's why it's emphasized every time that another chapter hits. Lucky, Clover,
Hmm.
Gordy,
I, I was trying to figure out why it was broken up into chapters like that too.
like the importance of each spectacle at that moment. Like
Yeah,
Lucky,
and it's
Clover.
interesting. It's interesting you said Gordy because remember, I didn't catch this the first time, but when they went when they went to go see Jupe, and he took him in that room, and OJ, they named that nigga OJ. OJ said,
Your name's
OJ,
OJ?
yeah, you like your name is OJ. That shit.
Otis Jr. Oh,
That was another subtlety also,
for real.
because they did call him OG. They called him OG.
Hmm.
But back to my point. So when they went to go see Jupe, he was saying OJ made a slight comment, and he was like, "This." He was like, "This is the reason why dad won't why my dad didn't train chimpanzees."
Hmm.
So it's interesting because I didn't know he said Gordy in the first part.
I think so, bro. I've only seen it once, bro. But if I'm not mistaken, because I like to watch my, I hate Dolby Atmos in headphones, but when it's in the movie theater and they're like speakers above you, and like you can actually tell how the thing is supposed to work, and it actually feels like 360 degrees of actual hearing. When they start whispering, bro, that's when I'm sit up in my seat like this. I'm like, I'm so serious. Because, like, most movies are like that, especially when someone's dying. Like, Jordan Peele likes old movies. And in old movies, they love throwing hints at the beginning. So, like, At first, yeah, like at first he's kind of conscious, so it's the ABCs and everything. But like after he starts losing that consciousness and he's about to die, Lucky, Clover, like all that
Did you
shit,
see it
bro.
in IMAX? Did you see it in IMAX?
Uh, they have this thing called Dolby Vision, where Dolby gets this new projector in there, and then they put the Atmos in the speakers. So it's
Okay,
pretty
for
cool.
sure.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
first time I saw it, I didn't see it. I didn't see it in IMAX. 'Cause I just wanted to see the movie.
Hmm.
Um, in the theater I went to didn't have an IMAX theater.
That's so corny, bro.
Yeah,
I will. I have a theater like that. I don't even go, bro. I'll drive 20 minutes.
I only went to it because it was close and it was late, and I ordered my ticket a minute before the movie started, and then got there like in the middle of the credits, because credits be long as fuck now. Like credits be a good
Bro, I did not
30,
think
35 minutes.
I'm about to go on a hard ass tangent on this, bro. We'll have to come back to it, bro. But like the amount of credit, I mean, the amount of trailers that were in that movie were ridiculous.
Nah,
And I
it was a
hate,
crazy amount of trailers.
and I hate horror films, right? But okay, whatever. And I know horror is the theme. Everybody's like Jordan Peele. Like it's kind of like subversion in and of itself. Like you're thinking like, damn, I'm about to get scared.
I would
And
call his
somebody
stuff
about to
more
scare the
thriller
shit.
than horror, actually.
Of course, like when you watch his movies, but I'm saying
Yeah,
in the sense of like watching trailers that are like making you antsy, like it's a horror film after another horror film, and then a thriller. And it's like, damn, my heart kind of beating like the, yes, chef, all that shit, like all this shit kind of got me like up.
yeah,
And I remember texting you because I was like, you were like, you might see the Oppenheimer trailer. And I'm like,
that shit.
but I'm watching all these trailers and I still don't see the Oppenheimer. And I still don't see the Oppenheimer. And I still don't see it, bruh. Then Dolby Vision, they always do like this lame ass, like, this is what a normal screen looks like. This is what you're about to experience.
Yeah,
And so it does all that, right? And then black screen, fucking countdown. Like that motherfucker, bro.
that,
And the
that,
Dolby Vision, the fucking flames, bro. It was like,
that shit was hard. That
bro, I'm
might be
like,
Christopher Nolan's hardest trailer ever.
we'll talk about it.
Next to Inception, probably. The trailer for Inception was hard as hell.
We'll go
But
back to it, bruh. But you
yeah,
get to the movie in the middle of the trailer, in the
yeah,
middle of the trailers.
yeah. Got to movie. I forgot what the point I was trying to bring with this, but not. Oh yeah, yeah. But no, I saw it like the first time I saw it. I saw it regularly, and then I realized because I saw people on Twitter talking about how you need to go see the how that you need to see the movie in IMAX,
You do.
and yeah, you truly do. So if you haven't seen this movie yet, and like, this is your second warning, because if you haven't seen the movie yet, I'm still gonna keep spoiling it. So
It's
we're
been
still gonna
it's
keep
been
spoiling
20 minutes into this podcast, and like
right.
the spoilers have not stopped. There's
We're not gonna spoil it. We're gonna break shit down and everything.
for real.
Yeah, but this is your second warning. If you still haven't skipped past,
Yeah, if you were
'cause I-
fast forwarding and you
right,
hear us still talking right now,
right,
or if you hear I
it's your own
don't
fault.
get, yeah, if you hear I don't get any point in this, like, and you're fast forwarding, just know you didn't go far enough. Just keep
Yeah,
going.
because I definitely do a good job of doing my timestamps. I do pretty good timestamps. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say that.
I will say
So
that as well.
yeah, I give detailed ass timestamps.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
I was an English major. I'm overly descriptive.
in my job, we have like live updates that come in from like, this just happened, this just
Yeah,
happened. That's how it
I
is
would be perfect for
identical to
that job.
those.
I'd be fucking perfect for that shit.
I'm sure you would, bro, but the amount of stuff that's going on in my job, a computer has to do that type of processing. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like 15 things just happened in the past 15 seconds.
But nah, definitely go see it in IMAX if you haven't seen it already.
Yeah,
Um, damn, do we wanna kind of break the movie down?
I guess we could, bro. We could just start with how it starts, bro. And
Okay.
Jordan Peele is definitely feeling Quentin. I mean, yeah, Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, because I'm sure they bought that same white horse.
That's the one Quentin Tarantino movie I have not seen.
It's
That
it opens the best, but it's low key the slowest movie he has.
yeah, I haven't seen. It's slower than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, I could actually
Okay.
I can make it through The Hateful Eight.
because that might be the slowest fucking movie I've ever seen. I liked it the first time I saw it, and then the second time I saw it, I was like, fam, this movie is fucking trash.
I
I
couldn't make
was
it. I couldn't make it past the montage.
this movie is so fucking slow. Um,
Like, okay,
no,
but
back to the point, because if like we'll do a whole movie episode another time, because I can go on and on about some movies.
no, that's
Uh,
yeah. But start with that white horse. Well, really, we start with
we
a
start with
rotoscope. Yeah.
yeah, we start with the Gordy. We start with Gordy.
Oh yeah. We hear Gordy
Um,
in the. We hear the episode in the background. Meanwhile, we're getting this weird pan shot of the first thing ever caught on film. This is a
yeah,
black man riding a horse, and it's like a rotoscope. So it's like just still pictures that have been manipulated and put frame by frame by frame until the moving picture is, formed. And then we get into like weird ass cutoffs, and you know something just happened, but then we're just back into the movie, and we kind of learn about the Haywood family and the training of horse. It's hard to really like go
yeah. The
scene
opening,
by scene in a movie like this, like in a sense that
right.
I don't want to like give you everything that you like want to see, but I will say this: in the opening scene, you do need to be paying attention to the type of person. Keep. You should look at where people keep their eyes in this movie, and who has their eyes open and who has their eyes closed, and at which points. That's
Hmm.
something that I really noticed in my watching. Like, there are certain scenes where you'll see like OJ's eyes are looking down, his dad is looking up. You'll
Hmm.
see what is her name in the movie?
Um, Emerald, Emerald.
M, yeah, they just call her M. That's easy.
Yeah,
And like M, her eyes will be closed, OJ's will be wide open. You'll see like I don't know, eyes are very important in this movie. And
hmm,
man, I really don't want to go scene by scene, but I do have a random ass question that when I think about the movie, bro.
yeah.
I always feel like Jupe is lying when he says there were multiple chimpanzees that were on this show. I think there was only one.
Mm,
Because
I'm not sure how.
that fist bump was so important. Like he emphasizes the first fist bump and like the last one that they're about to share. Like if they were just random chimpanzees that were trained, I don't think that would have happened.
Um, I don't know how like TVs are made and TV shows are made. Like
Right.
I don't know if they use multiple. I feel like they don't though. I really think they just use one. But I was thinking about that. I was um, yeah, I was thinking about that and with the fist bump and like how the fist bump mean so much to this monkey if it was like if the monkey was changed out
Just one
for
of
every
the
episode.
yeah, like one of
Right,
the 15 chimpanzees. Like that makes no sense to me.
right.
I've been thinking about that.
Um, but yeah. So you said that you didn't understand the whole Gordy thing, but I mean, like the situation with Gordy, it parallels to the movie. Um, yeah, it parallels with the movie, and it also shows how like because Jupe thought that after he had survived the Gordy incident, that he would like be able to come to an understanding with like an extraterrestrial creature or just like any other type of animal or whatnot.
Right.
But obviously that was not the case. He fucking
Like like uh like OJ said, you try to tame a predator, you can't.
right. He was like, you have to come to an agreement with one.
Right.
So like
And
that. So like that fist bump was pretty much like the agreement between
yeah,
Jupe and Gordy,
right.
but and he thought he had come to a agreement with the alien because he would feed it horses, and
Yeah.
the alien saw all the fucking humans and was like, I don't want that horse, I want y'all. So
Or even just like y'all are y'all are infringing on my property, and then on top of that, you're making a spectacle of me. Like I can tell you're
right,
looking at me,
right,
and
right,
that just makes me want to retaliate. But do you notice also like in the Gordy scene, all the balloons pop when like he goes
yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
and then like the way that the alien dies, a balloon pops inside of it, literally the same
Right.
sound. Or
Right.
like similar to that gunshot, like at the end, like all of it sounds like a balloon pop, and I think it's the same sound effect. So it's like
Mm.
pop, 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 pop.
Another thing. I don't know if because remember when Juke was describing the SNL sketch, and he was like, they nailed it perfectly, and they were like,
Hmm.
they're like every time they would say
Mention
something
the
about the
word jungle.
jungle, say something about the jungle, then Corey will go crazy. So I try to parallel that back to like what actually happened, and this might be a reach. This might be a reach. Because I told my uncle, and he was making fun of me. He thought I was one of them. These white pages would
Conspiracies.
mean nothing without these black words. He thought I was one of them niggas. But I'm like, fam, it's a Jordan Peele movie.
Right.
Um, but not, and it was like so he, the whole thing about the jungle, and then it's the balloons popping. Now I know you're not supposed to like have loud sounds around animals because that can set them off.
Right.
But it's like, all right, what do the balloons sound like? They sound like gunshots.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, they be killing animals in the jungle and shit. How do you think they probably like if they didn't breed Gordy, if Gordy wasn't already bred in Hollywood, then they found him in a jungle probably.
I
I
don't
know
know
you
if
over here
it's
like,
yeah. I don't know if it's necessarily that. I get what you're saying. I think, but you're onto like something that's like super important or something that I kind of took from it. Maybe it is one of those things where we're looking at like
mm-hmm,
even as much as you do train something, like everything has a natural instinct,
right,
or you know what I'm saying. Everybody has like that natural fear that just like brings something out of them, like no matter what. Like the moment that the mirror is shown to the horse, like that's it.
yeah,
Like the moment that you look at this thing, you're dead. Like you're dead immediately. The moment that that alarm in that chimpanzee's mind is like rang,
mm-hmm,
it's there. And maybe we look at it from our perspective like it took nothing for that to happen. Like if we see a chimpanzee attack, we think, oh, that took nothing for a chimpanzee to attack. And then we make jokes
mm-hmm,
about it. Like it's as simple as like, oh no, we just said the word jungle and like all of a sudden it just started attacking. When in reality, like it's put in a situation where it has to react to some kind of stimuli. Something happened to stir that. And maybe like maybe seeing that joke, maybe Jupe kind of like it helps him process things a little better. It just kind of like overly simplify them and just be like, I was just random, like, or maybe a piece of him always knows it has nothing to do with anything, but just really going back to that instinct. Like you said, it does have something to do with like that natural instinct and
yeah,
coming from how anything is created or whether it be human, whether it be horse, whether it be chimpanzee, like we all have natural tendencies. Like that's why we have
mm-hmm,
goosebumps raised when we're alarmed or we feel like we're in danger, things like that. Like, that's going to happen. But I don't know if I don't know if Gordy came from the jungle. No, I don't know.
this like I said, this is a reach. And honestly, the second time I saw it, I was like, yeah, my whole theory about the gunshot and everything, that's out the window.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna put it out there for the viewers, for the viewers to hear. Um, but not like I think like if we're going back to spectacle and like the animals and basically everything you said, I think it just goes to show. I think it's like a deeper conversation about like the lengths that will go to achieve spectacle. It's like and using animals as like kind of the base point for this. It's like like these are like they're not in their natural environment. So it's
right,
kind of like it's kind of like that Cat Williams thing where he was talking about why did the tiger ball I forgot if it was Siegfried or Roy,
right. Right at the
and then
Tiger Mall, that
right, and he was like, it was like y'all trained this tiger, and he forgot he was a tiger, and then he was walking around the house, and he saw Animal Planet, and then he was like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be that,
yeah,
and then ball the nigga, right? Um, Damn, this delay is crazy on my headphones.
It's all good, bro. It'll work out.
Right. But no, I think it just goes to show like the lengths humans will go for spectacle. Because I think we forget what through all the craziness that happened in the movie. I think we forget what the goal was. Like they were doing all this to get a picture
Right.
or a video. They were doing all
The
this just to
Oprah.
get it
The
on.
Oprah
Yeah, the
shot.
Oprah shot. They were doing all this just to get a picture. Like niggas was dying. They was going through hell and back just to get a picture, to get some money. And I
To
think that
survive.
right. And yeah, at some point it was like, but they could have survived if they had just left. But they, because the alien didn't follow him to what's his name's house, to what's his name's crib.
Well, what would be the point? Like, what's the point of spending your whole life like preserving something for you to just be like, oh, one thing is here and now I just can't. Like now I just have to leave. Like, oh,
Right.
now at the same time,
And if it's a fucking alien, I'ma leave.
you
If
try to
it's
tell
an
me
alien,
like,
I'ma leave.
you try to tell me like, if you had spent 10 years making a house and somebody told you it's a ghost in this joint, bro, like you are haunted.
I'm
I'm
not gonna
gone.
like, I,
I'm gone. Like if I
I'm
really know, if like
I'm
if
gonna
I see
call
some
I'm gonna call the
paranormal, like,
priest.
but do you see how those movies end? No, thank you, bro. I'm gone. Like I'm gone. Like aliens, I can kind of be like, bro, I'll kill an alien before. Like
Man,
I'll kill. You can't kill a ghost, bro. You cannot kill
look,
a ghost.
I'm look aliens. Because the thing is, and I forgot who said this. Right? They were saying if aliens found us before, like you can tell if if aliens are more technologically advanced. Because if they found us and we haven't found them already,
They don't want to
then
be found.
yeah, they don't want to be found for one, and number two, they're more technologically advanced than us, so they can fuck us up
They
because
might
we
be,
haven't found them yet.
bro. Okay, here's the thing though. You can be technically advanced as you want, bro. If somebody got a weapon to your, you are in point blank range of a 4 or 5, that is taking a piece of something. That is taking a piece of something. That is shooting
Feel,
through
I'm not fucking with the aliens.
That is shooting through concrete, bro. And unless
I'm
you telling me them boys got instant shields, which you're not gonna convince me that you're not gonna convince me that they
saying
have like.
if them niggas got flying saucers, they over here defying every rule of physics that us humans made.
That's very fair, bro. But at the end of the day, I really do genuinely believe this because we see it happen. Like, okay, when guns are brought into Africa, let's say the first person with some guns shows up. They know guns are advanced, and they could be way more advanced than a machete. But let you get in the range of a machete of somebody who knows how to use the motherfucker. You're dead. Like you're dead. Before you even get a chance to use your technology, I've already gotten the upper hand just from home field advantage and being able to use the weapon that I know how to use.
Or I mean, like if you hide and you could just tell, I don't know what this conversation is taking.
Turned into.
Turn into. We over here talking about special maneuvers and, and
Because, like,
killing motherfuckers.
my point is, like, bruh, if I were put in that situation and someone told me there's an alien at my crib, I'm not dipping. I'm killing the joint before I do anything.
All right, we're back after a second to technical difficulty. Jesus Christ, I'm just getting a new computer at this point because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Nah, bro, you need to get you a El Cheapo Mico. This thing,
Yeah,
some plug and play, bro.
right. I'm really invest because I don't even like how like half my face is like how half my face is blocked
Just constantly.
when I'm recording.
Yeah, it's been really good watching this movie. I'm smiling like a mug.
Right. But now, what were we saying about the movie? I think I was I in the middle of something.
I don't know. Honestly, we've been talking about this movie for a while, so it's hard to gauge exactly how long we've been talking about it or how long we haven't been talking about it, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. I kind of want to move on to something different. I know we probably didn't end it on like the smoothest note, but at the same time, we could spend probably all day talking about Nope and
Right.
what's in there and what's not in there.
Right. But nah, no, good movie. It's about human spectacle. Stop doing shit
Yeah,
Stop fucking with animals and shit
yeah,
just to get a like. I think it also goes to just show like the shit we'll do for social media.
yeah. Like
Um,
this is more about people than aliens,
right,
for sure.
right,
Like it's so much more about people and what we'll do to like make a spectacle. Like
right.
we will ruin damn near everything just to
Just
make
for
one spectacle.
just right.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's move on. So, all right, let me go
for
to
sure.
our notes. We caught up.
Yeah.
We talked about Nope.
Oh yeah, you can check these off.
All right. Oh shit. What do you want to talk about? Have you
Uh,
listened to any music lately?
the last new album I heard was PJ Morton's album, and even that album is old now. When I think
Mm,
about it, I was gonna listen to Honestly Nevermind before we got on, but then I was all puns intended. I was just like, honestly, never mind. Um, and
that's his reaction to the fucking album.
I mean, nah, like I haven't even started the album. I can't even. The only thing I've heard is probably Jimmy Cook's freestyle, and
Mm.
then
That's when it's hard. That's when it's hard.
yeah, I heard. I know that Beyonce dropped. I don't know, bro. I kind of got tired of hearing. I'm tired of. I'm tired of people right now and everything. Like, I'm just
You didn't say
tired, bro.
you
I
didn't you
said
didn't want
that
the
yesterday.
you didn't want the beehive after you, so you say you didn't say you was tired of Beyonce.
Nah, 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 nah.
Neither they would have been all your ass. They would have found out
I
your
know
home
somebody.
address.
I know somebody personally who would have made it their mission to call me out about my opinions on this album,
Right.
but I haven't heard it, so I don't have any opinions. To be completely honest,
Yeah. I haven't heard it either,
yeah,
I was waiting to get my car back so I can listen to that album, but I just
it
haven't.
was still getting repaired.
No, I got it back on Friday. Got my
Uh,
car back. I got my car back, y'all.
that's a good update. We missed
I
that on
got my
catching up.
car back. Um, I think the last time we had an episode, my
Was
fucking,
when it happened.
but was when it happened.
That's what I'm
Damn,
saying. Like that's one of those catch up moments we definitely missed. I had to get a
got my
new
car
oil
back.
panel. I had to get an oil panel on my car, bro. I
Word.
went to get my oil change one day, dog. Well, really, I got like three different oil changes because I have to really travel far for school. Like when I think about it, like an hour
Yeah.
one way.
Damn.
So yeah, so I'm like, bro, I never thought I would be one of those people, bro. An hour one way is tough, tough.
An hour one way. That's rough.
An
That's rough.
hour one way to hear one person lecture for 3 hours, not a class discussion, lecture for 3 hours,
Hmm.
and then drive back in 5 o'clock traffic for an hour plus. Never fun. Um, but I'm getting an oil change one day, and I'm going to like one of these kind of like smaller. Oh, just pull up, quick 5 minute, blah blah blah. Dude gets under the car. Hey, yo, boss. He's calling his boss. I'm like, bro, he just got under the car. like, like, you already know it's bad news when somebody call for their boss, bro, and they just
Right.
saw your shit. He was like, the boss getting out of the car. He like, bro, get up. He get in there. Uh, I hear him. I hear him. You just hear some shit. That's all you hear is just some fucking clicking noises in the back, and I'm like, this sounds expensive. Like I already knew.
Yeah. Right.
He was like, you got a Mercedes plug in your oil pan. I'm looking at I'm looking at my steering wheel. This is obviously a Kia. So I'm like, I'm looking at him. So I'm like, so does that mean it's broken? Or no, 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 no. I mean, he was probably struck one time before when somebody just used the next size up and plugged it in.
Hmm.
I was like, all right, well, is it leaking? Or no, you ain't got no leak, but we gonna write it down so we don't get in trouble. Basically, so we don't get sued for you if it do start leaking.
Hmm.
Get the oil change. Week later, my car start leaking.
Damn.
I go back to the oil place. They're like, rev your car between 2 and 3. I start revving my car. It's parked. They're just looking underneath the car. You're like, yep. He like, whatever gasket you got on here, it's so loose. He said, your oil fan is just doing this, and the oil is just shaking out. I was like,
Jesus.
what the fuck? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're gonna need a new oil pan and a new gasket. He's like, the gasket's easy. We just use this little spray bottle right here. And I'm like,
Mm.
that does not look safe. But he's probably dead ass. like, okay, whatever. He's like, you just need to get a new oil pan and we'll pay. I asked him how much he do it for. He was like, well, the gasket gonna cost you about 100. Layer 80, 100. I'm like,
Labor is just as much as the gasket.
but I'm still kind of like iffy. So I'm like, let me just go to an actual place.
Mm.
Labor was $300.
Jesus Christ.
I've never been so frustrated in my life to get a simple part fixed. And I was gonna go back to the cheap dude, and then I thought to myself, and then I thought again, and my mom said the same thing. Like your car didn't even start leaking until after you went to that one place. I'm like, that is fair. That's just
Right.
one. That's one shoddy job away from having a slew of problems. For a $200 difference, I'll lose the $200 and be secure. I'll do that.
Right, right.
But all that to say, bro, congrats on getting your car back. But you were supposed to be listening to the Beyonce album in that joint, and you did not.
Yeah, I did not listen to it. I haven't really been driving like that. I take that back. I did drive yesterday just to go pick up my brother from work and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm letting him back in my car. He
I
just
mean,
needs to
yeah.
he just needs to put plastic on the seats before he does, and he
Where
just
does he?
thing.
Where does he work?
Huh?
Where does he work?
He works like at a grocery store, like down the street from our house, basically. But I'm
I'm
just saying,
dead.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't make him do none of that shit.
I'm like, bro, boy be working in the grind?
Huh?
Plastic on the seats? I thought he was working like at a dirty job.
Nah, he don't have no serious job, but he do be coming home and taking showers every day. Cause I think I one time I did tell him, I'm like, hey fam, you smell like a grocery store.
Yeah, but don't nobody want to come back smelling like some mix between wet cardboard, tilapia, and dirt from some random green beans and cucumbers that you had to probably put.
Yeah,
Like, no, nobody likes that.
and I could tell he was working the produce section that day. Like he just smelled like produce.
For sure. For sure.
But now I haven't listened to Beyonce album. I've been hearing good things about it. I've been hearing good things about it. So I'll definitely tap in and maybe within the next coming weeks you'll get it. I'm probably not gonna do a album review, because I don't
No.
like. I haven't listened to Beyonce's discography. Like the only project, only other Beyonce project I really listened to was Lemonade. Um,
I barely
like I
listen to
don't
Lemonade.
and Lemonade was good for what I heard,
I mean,
but I don't listen to Beyonce's music. Like,
I don't consider Beyonce to be a person that would drop mediocre music.
oh, not at all.
Sometimes people say it's overrated. Sometimes I agree. But all pop music is overrated to like some extent. Like when you're making music that millions of people have to enjoy, eventually the content has to get like a little cornier. Like
Right.
just slightly. You have to become a little bit more mass appealing. So with that being said, I'm not always going to be like, let me go ahead and
Um, but yeah, I haven't listened to it yet. I honestly have not been listening. I listened to West Side Guns Project, and it was alright. It was alright.
I didn't even
He
know
has
he
a
dropped.
seven. He has a 7.5 minute intro song. Fam.
The last time I heard a 7 minute intro was 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah, we're kind of
Cause
just let the beat ride.
yeah,
Yeah.
say you will. The beat rolled for so
Right, and nah, that's one of the hardest. That's one of the hardest
boom
beat
boom
rides.
boom boom
Doom,
boom
doom,
boom
doom,
boom.
doom, doom, doom. That shit was hard. But yeah, this shit, it was like, just imagine like a West Side Gun track, and how just like, cause you know how he be liking the old ass samples, right? And he like them samples with them crunch to it, like straight off the record. Like you got the record in like the bottom of the record of the crate, and it just got dirt on it and shit and cracks and shit. Shit sound like a fucking popcorn machine.
They're playing it on
And
an old crank up sonograph. And they
right,
got a
right. That's literally like how the first song sounds. It's so grainy. and you just for 7.5 minutes, you're like, fam, just fucking turn. But he had a couple Mad Lib beats on there. I forgot what song it was, but I was like, this one is tough.
I'm finna mute myself
Um,
real quick, but keep talking. I'm listening.
yeah, I was just like, yeah, this shit kind of tough. So, but the project overall was alright. It was a West Side Gun project. Hitler Wears Hermes 8, and then like I guess the side B or part two of that album was better. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, not much. I don't think we have much for music. Like
No,
there's been yeah. I don't think we have much for music because I mean like Drake dropped
Drake job. I really can't name
right,
a whole
and
bunch of albums. Obviously, Beyonce dropped, but we just talked about that.
yeah. I'm not. I don't feel like talking about Drake because I
Yeah.
just it's too early in the morning to give Drake his daily dose of hate. Um, but I mean, like on second listen, the album wasn't as bad as I thought, but I was still like fam,
It's getting to that point.
like there was a like on his first song, he was trying to hit notes, and Drake isn't a fucking singer. Like Drake can harmonize, but Drake cannot sing, and he was trying to sing on this first track, and he was trying to hit an octave
Oh
that
yeah.
his voice could not hit, and this shit sounded terrible. And if you listen to that with on bad speakers, fam, you feel like just you feel like just like driving your car into a fucking tree. Like
You're funny as hell for that.
this
You are
shit sounded
funny as hell for that.
so bad.
Nah, somebody said you can tell Drake is taking vocal lessons right now. Cause like
Yeah,
he's making it a
you
point.
can.
He's making it a point to sing, uh, anywhere. Like he literally was just with the Backstreet Boys. Like I want it that way. Like what? Like okay, but we forgot to talk about Joey Badass 2000, which I still haven't heard.
I have not heard that, but I've been hearing really good things about it. I've been
People
hearing really
keep
good things about it.
people keep telling me it's great. I haven't heard Boogie West Side Boogie's album, Black Superheroes, something like that. It's
Yeah, I haven't heard,
more Black
heard good things about.
Superheroes.
Yeah, I heard more. I heard good things about that too.
Yeah, those are on my to-do list. I played like a few seconds of that West Side Gun, and it's really 10 minutes worth of intro because the damn 8 minute song is 8 minutes, and then there's a first track before that that's like a minute and 30, bruh. So it's like
Wait,
Jesus Christ.
really?
Yes,
Hold up.
yeah. Jesus Crack is the 8 minute song. There's a 1 minute and 30 intro before that.
Yeah, you had Peace Fly God.
Yep, minute 30
Oh
seconds.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Jesus Crack.
Jesus Christ. Don't understand. That, but yeah, the niggas is hilarious.
Yeah.
That whole Griselda them niggas is, they're funny, but they're cool. They're
Whoa,
cool.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey yo.
Not for real. I um I
I remember
appreciate
in
branding in rap like that. Like they're branded very well.
I remember in Pray for Paris. I
Hmm.
forgot what song it was, but his ad lib, his boom 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 boom. He that ad lib was so long that he ran out of breath and had to punch in the rest of the ad lib.
I think it was it was like one of the first conductor beats on the album. It was the boom 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 boom
No,
boom
it was either that or
one of them. Hey yo.
what was the one? It was really hard. It was a whole Griselda team on it.
Yeah, I
Allah
got
sent
it.
me here to be king. Boom boom boom. Yeah, I think that was that
That's
one.
man. What is it? What is it? What is it? I know it too.
I think it's
Yeah,
called
I don't.
Allah sent me. I think it's
Nah, it's
called
this.
Allah sent me.
Is it?
I think it's Allah sent me.
Nah. You talking about on Pray for Haiti?
No, Pray for Paris.
Pray for Paris. Oh, I'm dumb. Haha, wrong album.
Pray for Haiti was good too. I like Pray for
I was
Haiti.
thinking about Pray for Haiti. That's why I got the whole different song in my head. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Uh,
whoa, 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 whoa.
yeah, I think we're done. That's why I put new music
Maybe, yeah.
because it's like I just
This is.
haven't been listening to music.
There's really like we're in a weird ass lull of either stuff is like really hitting or it's really not. Like even like in the music scene, like Beyonce is hitting or it's not. Like you're either really tuned in or you're really not.
Right.
If you like the MCU right now, you're either really tuned in or you're just not. If you like Snoke, you're tuned in as hell, or you're just not. And it's such a weird ass like half baked as time we're in. Like July was the most half baked month I've ever seen in my life.
Not for real.
But
Nah, it's just I don't know what it is about media now. I don't know if people is losing like interest or originality or what, but it's like you said, it's either really hidden or it's just really not. Like I forgot who it was, but they were talking about how like most music today is just background music. Like nobody makes music. Like not very many people make music that like really captures your attention. Like you want to sit down and listen to.
I think that's half true and half we created that world. Like
We did.
we created a society that's like while I'm doing my homework, I like to listen to music. And so we started looking for things that we could consume as background music. And naturally, once people see, oh, people are consuming this type of music, let's make more of it. It's like a give and take,
Right.
you know,
Right. I think social media kind of fucked it up too, because
for sure.
everybody wants music they can put behind a reel or a
Royalty
TikTok
free
or
music has single handedly changed the YouTube community, which has changed the social media community. Like
right.
once people couldn't put regular songs in their vlogs and they started having to find like low key artists that were doing just boring stuff, everybody
Hmm.
started having to do it. Like YouTube had to do it, Instagram had to do it, like Twitter had to do it. Everybody, that's just how it works now. Like that's part of the
Yeah.
algorithm. That's part of how people get paid. It's just so crazy right now. And to kind of transition, because I don't know, everything's kind of mediocre right now, but
Yeah.
in a non-mediocre way, bruh. Who's the mediocre friend of your? Nah, I'm just messing, bruh. But
Yo, wait. So let me pull up this tweet real quick. Let me just pull up the tweet.
share your screen, bruh. Share your screen, bruh. I think you can.
I can't. Hold up. 1 second. Uh, what was it called? Leader of the friend group.
Yeah. I'm laughing hard, bro, because I've seen people have some really serious opinions about.
The friend group leader. 3 ways how to be a leader in your group.
No way, bro.
Leader of the friend group tweet.
Share that. Share it right now, bro. Please.
Hold up. Oh, okay. So this girl tweeted 5 days ago. 1 second. My computer is slow as fuck right now. I need 100 right now. I can't share my screen. That's cool.
Whoa. What?
Okay, can you see it?
I'm. Oh yeah.
So, all right. So this girl tweeted on July 26th. She said, "When you meet his friend group and he not the leader,"
Like,
and
bro.
it got people thinking like, fam, I'm about to unshare this.
Yeah, please.
Um,
For
but
your messages.
it it got people thinking like damn like because honestly there's a lot of friend groups who I feel like there's always like somebody who acts like the self-appointed leader
There is
or
always a de
like
facto leader
yeah
in the friend.
yeah there's always a de facto leader and then there's the damn what's the word for it, the defector. I'm always the defector in the friend group. I'll I think like even with trifecta, me, you, and
Yep.
John, I think we even had this conversation like Dylan would
Yeah.
be the first to leave the friend group, and I'm like, yeah, nigga, I would. I'm the defector. I'm the nigga that will go rogue.
It's kind of funny because like in certain ways, bro, I was low key the first one to dip.
Yeah, yeah,
Y'all, you literally became roommates with John for like a year.
right. Well, I mean, like you dipped because you left the school.
Yeah, that's
So
life, bro. Shit, I
yeah.
can't take it back.
So I mean, like, but I would have dipped and like still seen y'all in graves and shit.
No, that joint is so funny, bro. And I definitely am the de facto leader. I was definitely
Yeah, you were the de facto leader. It's like it, but it's like we never.
It's not that deep,
Yeah, it's really not that deep. Like everybody, but everybody plays a certain role in the friend group. So
for
like
sure.
I'll say, like with us, I was like the funny nigga. Mate, yeah, I think I was like the funny dude.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah,
You funny
John,
as fuck for no reason, bro. We knew
John,
two things when you were around. We were gonna laugh and we were gonna eat, cause your blood sugar was going to drop at some. Nah,
you know, you know what's still funny is when I found out that you used to tell your professors like, hey, my friend's blood sugar is fucking up. I need to go help him just to get out of class. I was like, man, don't be using
bruh.
fucking blood sugar as an excuse to get out of shit.
I'm trying to grab my shit up quick.
Fam,
I gotta go.
fam. When you
Bruh.
told me that shit, I was like,
I
yo,
know it had to be soft.
really?
I know it had to be sophomore year, bro. That's
Nah, it
always
was
like
freshman year. You told me that shit. Because remember we had what algebra or something together
I
or
would,
something.
bro. I would. That's actually that's the one
Yeah.
class. That's my one, bro.
Nah, that
I
algebra
hated
class was
that, bro.
rough.
Like, and it
Nigga,
wasn't
we
even
was
a
doing
hard class, bro. The amount of online modules, bro.
man. Look, somebody need to tell whoever made them online shit. I don't remember the company name.
Bro,
But
McGraw
whoever
Hill,
McGraw
fucking
Hill, who? Yeah,
all them
nigga,
folks,
fuck
bro.
McGraw Hill.
Like for real, y'all
You,
can.
if you had an extra space in your answer, they would be like, "No, wrong answer."
Like, come on, bro. Like, I just gotta. And I did it on 5 different questions and got the same part of the question wrong. Like, bro, I just got a
Right.
60 on this. I just got a 60 on 100 answer on 100 grade.
Um, but
I
nah,
hate that
that
stuff,
shit.
bro.
But you was the de facto leader. What was John? We need to get John.
John is a
Uh,
fucking wild card, bro.
let me
That
see.
man probably still in Mexico right now. He probably moved.
Right, John. Look, I told Alexis I was like, look, John grew locks and forgot about everybody.
Well, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to
Here,
tell you, bro. You can't
let me see
catch
if I
that
can
one.
call. Let me see if I can call John actually, because if I can do a share screen on this joint, let me see. Let me see.
Is that how that
So
works?
answer. I can share a screen and get him. Actually, no, no, no. Because if I share the
Yeah, I
screen,
was
it's
about to
just
say that. I don't know if the audio is gonna do.
here. Let me see something.
I might call him. Let's see.
Here,
Now he might pick up.
I'm gonna send him the link.
Wait, hold up. I'm recording my screen right now, so hopefully the audio will link up.
Let's see. Let's
Like,
see. Let's see if we can get John the Great on here.
you already know this shit ain't gonna work.
Like we said, if he either asleep or in some cheeks, if you're not answering
Constantly.
or
Constantly, bro.
working.
You
Oh, he
already
didn't
know what
answer.
time that is. Of course not, bro. He gonna text me in 7 hours telling me that not messing.
Here, I'm gonna send him the link though,
Yeah. See what
and
happens.
just be like,
That's
but
fine.
nah, what was John in the group? John was like, damn, you're like best friend and arch nemesis because I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas was doing
Bro,
half the time.
I don't know what John was doing half the time either. He's just one of those wild cards, bro. He's smart, but like you just never know what he's gonna use that smartness for on in any given 24 hours. Like he could be like, "Yeah, we're about to. I figured out how to write this whole paper in like 2 hours," and you be like, "That's what's up, John." And he'll be like, "Yeah, now I'm gonna go to Agnes Scott." What, John? We've never
Right.
even been to Agnes Scott. Yeah, I've been going there for the past 3 weeks. What?
You would never know. You would never know. That nigga's poker face was crazy.
Crazy as hell, bro.
That nigga's poker face was
Especially
crazy.
like sophomore year plus. Jesus Christ. After that 3 month hiatus, bro. After he got out of that 3 month hiatus, I won't say what was
Yeah.
going on, but like, bro, he got out of that joint, bro. Unstoppable,
You
unstoppable, bro.
you could never find you never found John after that.
I do
Like
think it's a weird outside of just us, bro. That's such a weird fallacy, though. Like, a lot of women kind of agree with like it's the same thing as like the attractive friend clause, though. Like, it's still like the
right.
same thing. And I guess you could say it on all. You can say that on all ends because as much as men have like dynamics in a friend group, they're more mutable. Like at any given point, the roles kind of like switch, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
have
it,
I don't know how like women dynamics are, but I definitely can tell that there are dynamics at play.
yeah.
Like there's definitely a leader of the group.
I think with men, I mean like because men we never bring up like who's the leader of the group. It's just like we can kind of tell who might be the leader in the friend group, but we never bring it up. We never
It's not deep
uh yeah, it's not important to us. It's just like because we have a common goal. Like if me and all my single friends go out, we have a common goal. We want to get
for
some
sure.
ass. That's the shared goal of the group. And whoever we think or we thought,
Yeah,
because I know
whoever's
my
up,
girls go, I
whoever's
know
up
my
at
girls
bat,
gonna
bro.
listen to this. Right. It's like whoever's up at bat is up at bat. And it's like if you gonna help us achieve that goal, then it's you. If you gonna do that, it's you.
Yeah,
So like, uh, but like I don't know how women because there's
I'm.
definitely a leader in the women groups. There's
I know
definitely
that there is a
and,
dynamic
and
present.
and the thing is, I think the women know it and they don't like the leader of their group. I don't think they ever do like the leader of their group because women don't really like women. Like if we're being honest, women don't really like women.
You know,
I'm
and
gonna
I'm
go.
gonna.
I'm gonna call my Kendrick tangent.
I see, bro. That's why I'm tired of these
Mustard last, not grateful last. Women don't like
fake feminists. Fake. Nah, but
because women will even tell you they don't like women.
I've taken. I'm gonna sound like every. Oh, I can't say that without sounding crazy, but because I'm not a woman, because I'm not a woman, bruh, I've taken 2 classes related to black women,
Yeah,
and I don't know. I think women love women, like genuinely,
well
but
you can love and not
yeah, yeah. You
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 can
could
love and
still
not like.
hate. You could still hate somebody for doing some shit. Like, and sometimes women are grimy for internal reasons, or they're grimy for external reasons towards other women, bruh. And like, it's weird. It's a weird dynamic. I don't know if it's like. It's just a. It's not my place to know. I guess. Like I'm not the women friend police. Like I'm not, but I am aware of the dynamics. So all that to say, I'm not gonna go out there and tweet like when you didn't find the leader. When you find out she's not the
Yeah.
leader of her group,
Because we don't care
yeah,
about that, and they like I don't care. Like I
or
just want
like
like the person in the friend group that I want is the
yeah,
one who's
who
nice
I'm
and the
with.
one who's most compatible with, and the one that I grab to. I don't care about the leader of the woman friend group.
But and to be honest, bruh, most women don't care about the men being the leader of their group or not either. If
Right.
we're going to be completely honest, a lot of women know that they date lames. A lot of women settle for the men that they're with. So this whole like when you find out, you already knew. You already you already knew. Come on, bruh. Like I'm
Like
not going to be deceived like this. I'm not going. Women are not surprised by the men that they date. In
right.
more ways, men are more surprised by the women that they date, and like because they don't necessarily gauge how they look at women the same way. In the sense of like, as a man, bruh, I look at a woman, I'm looking for whatever I look for in a woman.
Hmm.
I'm not looking for certain information though. A woman might find that certain information about a man is vital to dating. And I'm not going to
Right.
gauge those things. I might find those things out later in the relationship versus a woman already knew beforehand, this guy's like this about X, Y, and Z. And it's like, that's why the tweet's kind of lame to me. It's like, Most of y'all probably already knew what y'all were dating before
Right,
already got
right.
into it.
It's like, it's like you can't fake be the leader of the friend group.
Yeah,
Like, you know who the fuck it is. Like,
but
and if you talking to him and at first you thought he was the leader of the friend group, he probably just wasn't around all of his friends. Like, if the friend group,
loses a
uh,
certain member
yeah, if a friend group loses a certain member, so like, say like if me, you, and John were hanging out right in college, and you weren't there, and it was just me and John, the dynamic was different.
for sure.
Or if me and you were hanging out, and John wasn't hanging out, the dynamic would be different. So if I had met a girl, she probably would have seen a different interaction between me and you or me and John,
For sure.
than she would have if all three of us were around.
Always.
So you was probably, yeah. If you didn't know he was the leader of the friend group, then either you just
You had to be under
naive
a
and
lot of false pretenses. Like, you know how many like instances a guy will talk to his guy friends, try to suggest something, and every guy laughs.
yeah,
You can't really avoid that kind of situation. Like, you'll know when to like, you'll know.
right.
That's one of the largest fallacies, but it's hilarious. Like the type of conversations that we're having because of this dynamic of nothing being interesting. Like we're literally talking about stuff we already know. But that's also
Man,
the. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, my bad.
Nah, go ahead. Trust me, I wasn't going
Nah,
nowhere.
no, I was just saying, because every day I get on Twitter and somebody done tweeted something sexual, and then there's another person who quoted him and was like, "Damn, all y'all think about is sex." Like, shit is crazy. Shit is going on.
Yeah, for
We got
sure. Like
monkeypox.
I
Monkeypox
was
is
about to
fucking
say,
people
bro,
up. People is more
monkeypox finna
afraid
be rocking, bro.
of people. People are more afraid of monkeypox than they are of COVID.
Strictly for the vanity of what monkeypox is.
Right.
Like nobody wants to walk around looking like a basket case. But
Like, granted, I'm gonna go get my vaccine, but
there is a monkeypox vaccine.
yeah,
I don't even
because
know if
they had a monkeypox outbreak in '03. I was reading that last night.
that's not surprising. I wouldn't even be surprised if I've had at least one monkeypox vaccine in my lifetime and just forgot. They make you take so many vaccines when you're like in public school.
Yeah, I think. Damn, we were just recording, and I wait. Hold up. They just said that Bill Russell died.
What?
Yeah. Oh shit. He was 88. I literally just got the CNN update as we were talking.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Let me see. I'm on CNN right now.
Yeah.
It just says more to follow. So I guess it just happened. We don't
I'm
have
looking
too
at
much information.
ESPN right now. I'll share my screen. That'll be easier.
Yeah.
Here we
One
go.
sec.
There we go. Can you see it?
That's just crazy. Yeah, so I can see it.
Okay. So, whew, wow. Sheesh.
Literally, just as we were recording, we got this news.
Dang, man. That's really sad to say.
This is what he died of, what he passed of.
No, from his official Twitter, it is with a very heavy heart we would like to pass along to all of Bill's friends, fans, and followers. Bill Russell, the most prolific winner in American sports history, passed away peacefully today at age 88 with his wife, Jeannie, by his side. Arrangements for his memorial service will be announced soon. Bill's two state championships in high school offered a glimmer of the incomparable run of pure team accomplishment to come. Twice an NCAA champion, captain of a gold medal winning U.S. Olympic team, 11 times an NBA champion, and at the helm of two NBA championships as the first black head coach of any North American professional sports team. I won't keep reading just for sake of time, but I definitely do want to offer my condolences to Bill Russell, to his wife Jeannie, and his family, and all the people that are affected by that. That's kind of crazy news, super crazy
Right.
news. You wow,
Yeah, same. Prayers, condolences to Bill and his family and everybody that was affected. That's just crazy.
yeah.
That's just
Well,
crazy.
I'm glad to hear it was peacefully. You never want to hear about someone dying a tragic death. Nobody
Right.
wants to see tragic moments at the end of their life. So
Right. How many? How many? Wait. How many? Did it say how many championships he's won? Has he won like 11 NBA championships? Because I
let's
think he
see.
holds. I'm pretty sure he holds the record.
It should probably be on the ESPN. Yeah, 8 titles and 11 overall during his career.
Damn, that's just crazy.
Oh, okay, he
That's
won
just
8
crazy.
with the Celtics and then 11 overall. I got
Hmm.
you. Okay.
But nah, prayers and condolences to Russell's the Russell's family and everybody that was affected,
For
or that
sure.
is affected by this. Um, damn, that's just
Yeah, that kind of changes dynamics of things. It's hard to kind of like bounce back from heavy news. I won't say it's bad news. Like we just said, it was a peaceful passing, but still heavy regardless. And
yeah,
that's kind of crazy. This being the third episode, last episode, we kind of had to talk about Metro Boomin's mother. Uh,
yeah.
Talked about the school shooting that happened at the time. There's a lot of
Nah,
death going on.
it's been a lot of death. It's been a lot of death for a minute, but I feel like in the last couple of years, and especially with I hate to use like benchmarks for stuff, but like ever since Kobe, there's been like a shit ton of death. Like it was Kobe, then I think a few couple weeks later it was Pop Smoke, and
Yeah,
then COVID hit
yeah.
afterwards, and 6 million plus. I think it was what 6 million. Is it what 6 million deaths around the world?
I would not be surprised if it's larger than that now, but
Yeah,
at one point it probably was 6 mil
yeah.
for sure.
And then I wouldn't even say we live in a post-COVID world because COVID is still
No, we are
everything. The media just doesn't talk about it as much because it's not an election year. Um,
we are in a chronically endemic induced society right now. Like if we're not always in a pandemic of some sort, nowadays it feels like there's just a new disease replacing another one all the time.
right. Um, nah, but nah, it's just like fucking shit ton of death going around.
For sure.
I
And
mean, and every time you open up some on Twitter, Instagram, it's another entertainer, or rapper who got killed or something. Like shit
yeah,
is crazy out here. Like
it's
shit is crazy in Atlanta. Shit's crazy in L.A.
there's
New
really
York, everywhere.
there's no way to actively describe this time that we're in. And in like 10 years, they'll have a name for this like period of time.
Hmm.
And it's so weird to think of like we're in the middle of it constantly. And
Right.
dynamics are changing constantly. We were literally a generation that went from trick or treating to trunk or treating to trick or treating with masks to no Halloweens at all. Like weird dynamics have changed, like
Yeah.
even on the most simplest, like on the simplest levels, to the point where like you can't even turn around without seeing death. Like if we go all the way back to Trayvon Martin post,
Right. Right.
like there's so much that we're being filled with in such a short amount of time. Like we're talking about 9, 10 years now. Like we're talking about
Right.
9 to 10 years, and so many dynamics have changed within that decade, and we're still really not far enough removed from it. And even as time passes, such new dynamics are changing and such weird curveballs are being thrown right now.
Hmm.
It's hard to catch your footing in a time like this.
Nah,
And
for real.
and I heard like somebody kind of bringing up this point of like, or I see it all the time. People are kind of like, things get better over time, and it's like, that's fair. That is very fair. Things do progressively, or for the most part, things progressively do get better over time. But like
Hmm.
we're talking about a time that none of us have ever witnessed before. Like no
Right.
precedence for this kind of thing. No precedence at all. So it's hard to think like, well, are we even on a track to see that far in the future?
Hmm.
And with our ages being in like our mid 20s, early 20s, whatever you want to call it, we're there. There's no untwentying from this point.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to think that sometimes we're not behind or like, damn, I feel like my time is limited. Like I've got to do something with this time. Not to be
Hmm.
not to be selfish, because we were just talking about someone else's passing, or something like that. But whenever someone does pass, it makes you think about your own mortality. Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing with the time that I do have here? And this is such a weird time to be here. It's hard to think about what you're doing.
Right. And it always affects me when I see like people who are like younger than me pass.
For
So
sure.
like I don't want to like take anything away from Bill Russell. Like he lived till he was 88, so he had a really good life. Like
Mhm.
88, like I hope I can get to 88, and I hope the people around me can all get to 88. But like when I see people like in their early 20s, like my age, younger,
Yeah.
like I've had a how many? I think I know like two or three people that I grew up with, not or grew up with or went to school with who have passed, right?
Yeah.
And they're of my age or just maybe a year older or whatnot. And
Hmm.
it's like, damn, it's like when you like that shit really starts to kind of like fuck with you a little bit. It
Yeah.
starts to fuck with you when it's like, damn, like he was my age, like
Yeah. Over
and that
like
shit is crazy.
over the past 2 years, I've seen people pass under 10 years old, at 25 years old. I've seen people pass at 45, as of most recently, people that pass older than that. And no matter
Hmm.
what, it's just like either, like, like most of the time, I think to myself, this person didn't have enough time.
Hmm.
And after you say that X amount of times, you kind of think to yourself, like, I don't have that much time. Like now I'm
Right.
internalizing how much death I'm seeing. And like you said, once it's closer in your age, once you see somebody that's like 1 or 2 years older, younger than you, gone from this earth, like no one doing that, it's hard to think about that. It's it's hard to not think about yourself and like what's going on with me and like what do I even do? Like,
Hmm.
but I guess anybody can say that at any age. When you
Yeah.
see somebody close to you passing, it makes you feel like, well, maybe my time is coming up soon.
Right. Um. Shit.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like bounce back from that. I'm just gonna be honest, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like we have last episode we were able to bounce back from it.
Yeah.
Um,
Trying to think of a good transition. I don't want to just like roughly transition,
we
just
can
be like,
we
let's.
can we so we were talking about the friend group. I think I don't want to talk about the friend group no more. I don't want to talk about
Yeah,
the leader of the friend group. That shit is stupid.
yeah.
Um,
All that is kind of dead.
I was listening to. We can go back to a music conversation.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
can. There. I was listening to another podcast, and they had posed a question. They're like, whose second half of their career was better, Michael Jackson or Beyonce? And for me, I was like, okay, I think
That's tough.
you can kind of pinpoint Beyonce's second part of her career. I think maybe Lemonade
As
is the
long as
second
my,
part, but
how do you even consider like a half to somebody who started in the industry when they were 9?
or yeah, because I'm like, would you consider the first half of Michael Jackson's career with the to be his time with the Jackson Five,
Right,
and the
just
second
the
half was his solo
solo
career?
career. Because
Because if then his career will never be matched
never,
by anybody.
never. Now,
Like
if they're like,
now,
if
if
they're
they
gonna be
say
like from
everything,
off the wall
yeah,
to bad, and then dangerous
yeah,
plus is the second half,
yeah, yeah, second
then
half,
we
then
have a
I'll give it to
different
Beyonce.
conversation. Yeah,
Then I'll give it to Beyonce. But nah, if you're saying that the first, because he, Michael Jackson died when he was like what 50.
53, 52,
Yeah. So if you like, all right,
maybe
so
even
say the
51.
cutoff. Yeah. So say like the cutoff was like 25, 26. How old was he when he put out Off the Wall? Let me
But
see.
okay, wait. He was born in 58, died in
He died in
2009. He was
2009. So
51.
no,
So
no,
seven.
he was. I think he wasn't he 50 because he died on
Yeah, he
January
died
5th.
before his birthday. He died before his birthday, so 50.
Off the Wall came out in
79. He was
1979,
21.
so he was 21.
Yeah, nah. If you're counting 20s Michael Jackson, It's unmatched. It's unmatched. It's unmatched. You're talking about you're talking about the number one selling album of all time.
So
21 when
basically, because the, the last 5 years of Mike's career, it was like, because I watched a video on TikTok and I didn't know like the growing amount of debt that Michael Jackson was in.
for sure.
Like he was in some crazy financial shit towards the end of his life, and this I didn't know that This Is It was supposed to clear him,
Oh yeah.
because he owed like some Saudi Arabian people some money, and he was fucking like, yeah. I think he's actually worth more dead than he is alive.
There were a lot of bad deals Michael was put into, and like a lot of mismanagement of his funds for many years.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Michael Jackson has ever really seen the amount of money that his had he's ever contributed to anybody. Like I don't think he's ever been properly compensated for his actual labor, which is
Right.
crazy.
But nah, it's so I guess you could say, yeah, I guess you could say that like his time with the Jackson Five was truly the first half of his career, and his whole career was like, yeah,
And you can say
Mike is
this.
a,
You can say
huh?
the same thing about Beyonce, like pre-Destiny's Child, post.
You
I
could
mean,
pre.
I mean pre-solo, post. Like I don't know.
I'd still have to go with Mike though.
It's still
Even if we're doing it by that, now don't get me wrong. Predestiny's Child, no pre solo
pre-solo
career,
career.
post solo career for Beyonce is great, and art is something that many artists will never achieve.
For
I
sure.
don't want the beehive on my ass, and I'm gonna give Beyonce credit where credit is due. Like,
Yeah.
um, but nah, like you giving Jackson Five,
Uh,
like
we're
Michael Jackson
biased, bro.
was like 7 years old with like number one hits. Like,
Bro, Beyonce was listening to Michael Jackson's hits. There,
yeah,
like, like, come on. And you can still say the same thing the other way around. Like when Beyonce had his, Mike was probably listening to it, but like, he did not grow up wanting to be like Beyonce.
yeah,
Beyonce
and,
definitely grew up
and until
seeing
this
Michael
day,
Jackson as the top.
like we still. I don't know about this newer generation, but I know like some of our greatest performers currently all looked up to Mike. Well, it'll be
Everybody knows at least one Michael Jackson song.
right, but
Still this day.
it'll be interesting to see like who's gonna be like the music superstar to come out of this generation.
Do we even believe in superstars anymore?
Yeah, or that's what I was gonna say. I forgot who I was listening to, but they were like Drake is probably like the last music superstar,
For sure.
like on bad magnitude.
I think the whole concept is becoming obsolete.
Yeah.
Eventually, celebrity will be an obsolete concept, but we're just not there yet.
hmm I think I think music itself is becoming so niche, and it's being so democratized that nobody's really gonna want to listen to something that appeals to everybody. Like if I know I can open up Apple Music or Spotify and find artists that I like and that I listen to, and that I don't need the radio because you can't control what's on the radio. Um, if I know I can just open up a DSP and listen to what the fuck I want to listen to, it like why would I listen to an artist who makes music for everybody that I might not like? Um,
We live in
yeah,
the we live in the band camp. Like we live in the band camp generation. I didn't even understand that. I didn't even know there's a generation of people like that just legit will buy music from Bandcamp, will never do anything but just support their two favorite artists. That's
yeah.
all they're gonna do. Like even even my boy Matt Homie is the same way, bro. I told you he sells his mixtapes like for like $200, bro.
I heard about that. I heard about that.
I told yeah, like
Nip did that too. Nip did that too, and I think Jay Z bought 100 copies.
yeah, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised. I would not be surprised, bro. Like there's a lot of we talked about this before when we were reviewing Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, bro. Like music is a niche. We're in a niche place, like you said. There's
yeah,
no way to get away from that right now. and I don't think people really want to. Like I said, we've all kind of we live in a world that kind of caters to our wants, but we all have the general same wants. So it's still kind of weird when we say that
Yeah.
music is niche, and still when it comes to the bottom of it, like we're still going to hear about the same five names. Like
Yeah.
even if I don't like the five names that we're hearing about, I'm still hearing about Billie Eilish. I'm still hearing about Harry Styles. I'm still hearing about Blase blah, Beyonce. All these names, like there's no way outside of that. There's no way to get out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think eventually it'll die out, but I still think there will be superstars because I feel like there will still be artists who can encapsulate like or make music for for a big audience
Yeah,
to like, but I don't think that we're gonna. I don't know how many artists we're gonna get that are like on Drake, Beyonce, like the pop level, pop level artists.
I I always realize too, like we're always seeing nowadays that like people at these high levels are trying to get away from stardom, anyways.
Yeah,
So new artists are already kind of seeing the like, oh, this artist doesn't like fame and all this stuff. Why should I like it? Why should I even want to reach for that level of superstardom? Like, there's no incentive to being a superstar now. There's more of an incentive to just become a millionaire by any kind of means. Like, in many ways, the 1920s and the 2020s are virtually the same. Like, there's this group of people that have had money for a long time and they're not going to lose that money. And it's a lot of get rich quicks. There's a
right.
lot of get rich quicks right now. And like, everybody's experiencing the haves and the have nots in some kind of form or fashion right now.
Yeah,
And because of that, it's hard to see what we're going to do to get out of that.
yeah. I think to your point, there's like a lot of get rich quicks. I think this kind of goes to our point about music being something like a almost something you listen to in the background. Like I
Yeah,
feel like there's a lot of people in music who don't want to do music, but do music to get on
for sure.
and to promote their other stuff, and then to leave music. So
For
they
sure.
make whatever. So they definitely make whatever they can make to get popping and get on, make some money, and then do something else with that money.
Yeah.
Um, you have a lot of that in rap.
Even
Or
some
not even just in rap, but just in music in general.
even some of our favorite artists are guilty of this, like Tyler the
Yeah,
Creator. Like I don't think Tyler necessarily cares to rap. I think he knows he's good at it, and I know he knows he makes
yeah,
great music. But like, I think his passions are probably somewhere else. I think it's somewhere with
right,
clothes. I think it's somewhere with like travel, things like
right.
that. Like, rap is important, but it's not what makes Tyler the Creator wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
And
but I do appreciate that he will drop a good album though.
yeah, he still does very
Yeah,
quality. Like,
yeah,
I will never say that he doesn't take it seriously. That's a different topic altogether. Like, are
yeah,
people taking the music seriously? Like,
yeah. There's a
that's
lot
not
of
the
people who are
conversation.
not taking music seriously.
Exactly, that's not the conversation with Tyler. I will say that, but to an extent, like we kind of witnessed that change. Like Kanye definitely broke that glass ceiling with like,
Yeah,
I'm doing music and I'm good at it, but it's not necessarily what I want to be defined by.
right,
And like ever since then, like it started off that simple as like I don't want to just be defined by my music to like I just don't want to I don't want to just do music. Then
right.
it's I'm kind of doing music, but I'm also doing this. Then it's I really want to do this, but I'm just doing music to make the money. And you can see how like that slowly changes over time.
Yeah, I think that's a product of coming from Rockefeller,
For sure.
because I think Rockefeller, and I might be wrong about this, but I think Rockefeller was the first like label or group to really capitalize off of because then like them niggas had Rockaware, they
Yeah.
had rocking movies. Like so, they branched out, did a bunch of things. I know Diddy had Sean John,
Right.
um, but like Kanye comes from that Rockefeller camp where it's like they
Yeah.
didn't just stick to music, like they did other things, um, and got money from it. And then I think for a while, you saw other brands try to, you saw other like artists and whatnot try to do that, but I don't think they were as successful. I
I
think the
mean,
next what
G
was
Unit.
successful. Well, yeah, G Unit with 50, of course.
That,
That like yeah.
that's like a half
Yeah.
success, half fail.
Nigga, I had some G Unit pain. I had some
I
G
knew you was
Unit
gonna say
jeans.
you had some G
I had
Unit
some G
G.
Unit G. It had G Unit on the side, man.
I
And I didn't
knew
know
you
what
was
G
gonna say
Unit
that.
stood for. And I asked my mom. I was like, "Mom, what does G Unit stand for?" She's like, "Gangster." I'm like, "Oh, this man gangster unit." So I was going to this white ass school with some G
Yeah.
Unit jeans on. Had that. I had some Mark Echoes with the sign. That's back when the shit on the side was popping.
Bro. Fat
Um,
with a PH with the Fat Albert, bruh. The
right.
Rockaware with the Fat Albert on the back of the jean. Bro,
Definitely
come
had
on,
some
bro.
Rockaware jean shorts.
Echo
Had
Unlimited.
had Echo, had hella fucking Sean John. Man,
Fubu, bruh.
I didn't have any FUBU. I never had any
Nah.
FUBU,
You had to get the
but
Fubu, bruh. That's a southern
never
staple.
had FUBU. Never
Fubu
had
is a
FUBU, but I
southern staple. What?
because I
I
mean
done
my
seen.
mom, because they used to have all that stuff in Macy's, and my mom would always go to Macy's to get my clothes,
They
and
still they still sell
they
Sean
still
John
sell
at
Sean
Macy's.
John. They still
Sean
sell Sean.
John is a
I'm like,
timeless brand.
I didn't know Sean John was still around. And then I went to a store in Vegas.
I know folks
Oh
still
yeah,
rocking Sean John to this day. The last time I bought some Sean John was 2016. It was before my freshman year of college. I remember they
really?
had a really nice. He had a really nice button up, bro. It was like,
Not some
a
of the Sean John stuff was nice.
yeah, like it was like a slick, slim fit, fucking black button up, velvet polka dots, black velvet. Cop, you have to.
Um, but nah. So I think after like that G Unit, Bad Boy. Let's say I'm trying to do my pump at the same time.
No, you good, bro.
Um, I think after that era, it's weird because after that era we went through kind of a weird era in rap, especially where it was like
I meant to bring this up so much fucking earlier, bruh. Because like
what?
we're really talking about the mid 2000s right about now, and then
Yeah,
like in 2008, you already know what happens. The economy fails,
yeah,
like fails, bruh. Like
yeah.
when we hit that recession, bruh, you want to know what music got really very very popular during that time?
What?
House music. By
I didn't know that.
2012, by the time 2012 came by,
Mm.
LMFAO, Party Rock, bro, like
Oh, that
we
type.
we
That
were
type.
it doesn't even matter what type of house, like house music, Skrillex, Dead Mouse.
Well,
We started
I always consider that more EDM
all
and
that
pop,
is
but it's based in pop. It's based in house music. It's based in house music.
some people say we're in the same era right now.
We are.
Like
We are
somebody was like,
like Drake and Beyonce have single handedly like brought it back to like the early 2010s when we
but
was party rocking in the house tonight. Yeah,
but everybody
remember
was
that?
but everybody was broke in real life, and now we're doing the same thing. Everybody talking about you won't break my soul, all this. Honestly, never mind that. That's very fine, but a lot of folks are broke singing these joints.
Right.
Like quit your job. Some of us ain't even got jobs right now. Like this is not the time to be quitting your job. I ain't even. I'm not even gonna cap to you. This is not the time.
You ain't
The
got
white
20K in a
the
place to
recession.
stay.
This recession is getting so serious that the White House has literally went on their website and changed the definition of recession. They were like, typically a recession is defined as
Typically,
this.
but now it's defined as this.
I promise you, bro. If you look, I'm about to share that shit, bro, right now. I have to share that
Um,
right now.
but nah, but yeah, I think. But back to our point about music
Hmm.
and Kanye, I feel like Kanye, like after that whole Rockefeller, Bad Boy, G Unit phase, where they were really capitalizing off like the success of rap and what they could do outside of rap. After that, I don't think
Yeah.
the next person to really do that successfully like that was Kanye. And Kanye did it on a whole different level. Like a lot of I attribute a lot of the popularity of black designers nowadays to Kanye breaking that mold. Because niggas thought he was crazy for selling $100 t-shirt.
I, okay, once again,
Black designers be selling $100 t-shirts is crazy now.
for sure, for sure, and like you said, bro, we got to give credit to like Sean John Fubu, all that. But once you get past that, bro, and you start getting into like Ye's era, two polos, like even just as simple as the double polo backpack, bro,
Yeah,
like breaking that mold all the way until like the mid 2010s, bruh, and Pyrex, like we felt that visceral change in the way that
yeah,
like we looked at style, bruh. And since then, like you said, things just like skyrocket immediately, all the way until like you got Kendrick performing Mr. Morale on the Louis Vuitton show, which
right.
made no sense to me. Like N95 during the Louis Vuitton show is kind of wild to me thematically.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of the because before then, I mean, like you had rappers they was rocking with Polo, Tommy Hilfiger, and they was doing that for a while.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until really like Ye and maybe and a few other rappers I can't really think of
Yeah. I
now
mean, you got like people
who
like
really
Farley
started
Bensworth.
yeah who was really pioneering that like designer clothes merging rap and
Hmm.
designer labels.
For sure.
Um,
Especially with the main luxury houses, like the main
yeah,
European luxury houses, like
yeah.
that change was
Like
vital.
like you got the I think it was the creative director of Gucci doing Two Chains, um, Pretty Girls Wear Trap Music album cover.
Hmm.
Like you had shit like that. Like you didn't get that before
That would never have happened. Even like a Dapper Dan,
2013 maybe. Yeah,
like none of that was happening, bro. None of that. And it's almost weird now because now it's kind of seen as the norm, so it doesn't feel special anymore.
right.
But nothing feels special anymore to me. Like we've given out so many token things, it's hard to like really feel like something is genuinely like progressive or whether it's just a token moment. Like the Taraji P Henson and her walk in on the BET Awards to the I will be one of the greatest. I didn't even know she came out to that song.
I didn't watch BET Awards.
I didn't watch it either, bruh. But apparently I want to run in the greatest. I'm so serious, bruh. So I'm like, this is so weird, but like it happened to be a whole moment where TikTok had like gotten rid of the original song. Some white girl did a cover and like was making hella money on it and didn't credit the original. I don't care. I don't care about that whole story. The whole point of it was it's like I've seen so many people come out to such token ass things in this world. I'm not looking for a moment like Taraji P Henson coming out to the song on the BET Awards. None of that matters anymore. I get to the point where I've seen so many things on social media, bruh, and so many funny pictures, bruh. The whole fam you girl thing. It doesn't like, bruh. I'm not shook by that, bruh.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't shock me.
Like I'm
It
not.
doesn't shock me.
Nothing about this seems so surprising, so out of the norm. Like the norm is, it's just a giant gray area. We live in the most giant gray area in the world right now. Like nothing
Right.
matters.
Right. If you want, we can transition to this family for a
Yeah,
second.
right. I knew you wanted to get into it.
Fam,
I
fam.
knew as soon as I said
When
it, bro, he was like,
when I first saw the picture, I was like, "Why does this girl have her ass out?" I'm like, I didn't even know it was a graduation picture because it's not like she wearing
bro, I just thought it was
graduation
photo.
cap
I thought somebody
or
had just
anything.
photoshopped it as a joke, like,
It
and
might be
now
Photoshop. It's
it's
airbrushed as
definitely,
fuck.
it's
It's
definitely
airbrushed as
photoshopped.
fuck.
It's definitely
Um,
photoshopped. But like
but
nobody's gonna let her. Yeah, share the screen, bro. I'm sure
pull it
this
up
is
real
gonna have
quick.
to be fucking filtered for if you put it on YouTube.
Yeah, hold up. Or no, you know what? I'm just gonna read. I'm just gonna read
The caption.
the caption. I'm just gonna read the caption. Oh, where is it? FAMU Twitter. collectively appalled at women's ass out graduation pictures. That shit's hilarious.
Like,
Um, Let me find the.
fam, you tweeted, we're currently investigating. There's nothing to investigate, bro. It's over with now.
That's what every HBCU when something happens, we're currently investigating.
Yeah, bro. I'm sure there's still some investigations going on from when we started school.
Right. Um. Oh, here's the girl. Here's the girl. Okay, so anybody who knows me knows that I've been dressing provocative my whole life. There's a lot of assumptions that have come with
I'm
me.
sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
There's
That's what,
provocative. There's ass out
that's,
naked.
that is a hell of a way to start off. Everybody knows I dress provocative.
Right. I
Like,
didn't
this is
know.
nothing new.
Um, there's been a lot of assumptions that have came with me accepting my body. A lot of people question my capabilities and intelligence solely based on how I choose to dress. As I'm standing here with my master's degree at the tender age of 24, I am the living proof that clothes do not define you. I encourage everybody is two words in this one. Everybody to embrace their bodies and step outside of social norms. With love, Terica Williams, master's in education. Um,
She put a whole government out there. That's wild.
uh,
Yeah.
react. Fam, if you don't get this fucking nigga shit out of my
Bruh,
fam,
that's
put some fucking clothes.
that's
You
some of the
can't.
craziest. Like, you could have dressed any kind of way that you wanted, but to emphasize the point of your clothes don't define you to
And body
equal
positivity.
to just your clothes don't define you to equal. I should not wear clothes to prove that point.
In front of my school's statue.
Of all the green of all the green screen locations you could have chose anywhere in the world. You could
So
have
you- so
you could
so
have
you,
went
so
into
you don't think she actually
no, she did not, bro.
went out there. So you
Y'all,
think it's a
y'all
green
are
screen and
not going.
everything?
No one is going to convince me that that woman got her naked human body up onto that Rattler statue, and nobody said anything or stopped her or recorded her or y'all are not going to convince me of that,
You
but
make a good point. You make a
it's
good point, but nigga, there's so much crazy shit that goes on,
that
and
we
it's
catch that we catch every time. I've never. Here's the thing, bruh. I've never heard of anything crazy happening that I have not been able to see on a camera, or else I just wouldn't have heard of it. We wouldn't have heard about this FAMU girl if, like, bro, if it were
she
real
didn't
life,
post a picture.
if she didn't post a picture herself, you're like, and you're telling me everybody, bro, I can see what happens on a New York subway today. I can see somebody butt naked on a New York subway today from somebody's camera. Because as soon as somebody sees something crazy as fuck, that's what we do. We are
She,
post world star.
well, obviously, she took the picture at night. If she did take the picture,
You know how
she
many
took it
people
at
are.
night.
You know how many people are out on any given college campus at night.
It is very well lit, actually. Damn.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
took
Like,
this joint at night.
bruh, that many lights, bruh. Y'all are not gonna convince me that somebody did not say what is she doing with snakes? She has literal snakes wrapped in her head,
Yeah, she does.
butt
This
naked,
ain't it. This ain't it.
butt
I
naked,
think that's
bruh.
a do rag too.
That's what I'm saying, bruh. Whatever it's connected to, bruh. Nobody saw that and was like, you know how many lights it would take to set up the proper lighting for that? Like, bro, after it's 2 studio lights in front of the Rattler, bro, whoever is getting their picture taken in front of that thing is being seen. Any graduation pictures that you see on any given day of somebody taking pictures in front of their school and they got that big studio light right there, you're paying attention to what they're doing, bro. Bro,
Maybe niggas didn't say shit. Maybe nobody said anything. You never know. You never know.
bro, y'all are
You never
not
know.
gonna convince me.
All I know is that this is if you gonna lose your because I heard she might lose her master. If you lose your master's degree,
They're not
this,
gonna
what,
jug
like,
her masters, bro. That's so stupid. That's so stupid, bro. I've heard
I
people,
just
bro. People literally do like worse crimes to humanity than post a picture like this and keep their
yeah.
degrees. And I'm just gonna be honest. So that's very ass backwards of FAMU if they go ahead and take the women's masters, bro. I'm sorry. That's a little over the top.
Somebody said that she's one of the four horsemen of
But
HBCUs. That shit had me dead because the other three.
is
Let me
that
see if I retweeted it.
my
Let me see if
boy
I
who
retweeted it. Oh
my
yeah.
boy in the jeans?
So yeah, it was her. It was uh, the guy who did his grad pictures as a runaway slave with the
Jesus Christ.
yeah, with the dirty t-shirt. This other girl, I don't know who she is. And then another somebody else from NCAT. Is that NCAT?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that from NCAT took a picture in cotton fields. Um,
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember that too. I'm looking at it right now.
fam, just go on the steps of whatever building you want. Take a couple pictures in your gown and with your degree.
Oh, that's funny.
Take a
I
couple
see why
pictures in your gown.
the third picture is T because she's a senior in high school. These were high school senior pictures.
Oh really? I've never heard anybody do high school senior pictures.
Bro, she was like, I will be at AKA.
No, oh that's what she did.
That's turned.
God.
That's turned.
Doing saying you gonna be a part of a frat you ain't even in yet. That's actually funny.
Wearing the colors, doing the hand signals, and like really posting that everywhere. It's turned. Like
That's ridiculous.
you don't know anybody in that world. You don't know anybody in that world because you're never gonna make it in. That was it.
Nah, they nah.
That was it.
Um,
Dang, bro.
but nah,
Yeah,
for
bro.
real,
Y'all
for
are
real.
not gonna convince me that this is a real picture. Like y'all cannot convince me, bro.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't have any other comment on it. I don't know. More power to her. Hope the best for her. But if she did it, that was stupid as hell. Even if you got a Photoshop, still kind of stupid. Uh, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. So
So we talked about that. I kind of don't want to talk about this Rico case in Atlanta
yeah, I
anymore.
don't want to talk about it either. I don't want to talk.
Like,
I don't want any more depressing topics.
yeah. We did kind of talk about this earlier when we were talking about Nope and the Oppenheimer trailer.
Yeah, we talked about that. Other than that, there's not actually no upcoming movies. You want to talk about the MCU for a second?
Yeah, because I am going to go see Thor tomorrow. I decided,
You're
bro.
actually gonna give that movie money?
Nah, I got 3 free movies in a week, bro. I'm
Okay.
getting my money's worth. And barely that, bro. Like, I could live without another Chris Hemsworth movie right now. And I could live without seeing the Guardians of the Galaxy and their fucking slapstick comedy. I could live without it, bro, to be honest.
Well, apparently the new one's gonna be a little bit more serious
I'm
than.
sure it is. Because James Gunn is already working for DC. His foot is out the door, bro. He's already made a Suicide Squad movie and Peacemaker. Come on, bro. Like,
Oh, Peacemaker's good in the movie.
well, he did the whole show.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it's like, come on, bro. He's his foot is out the door, bro. He's gonna say goodbye in the most humble, as long as Disney approves it, way that he can,
Yeah.
which is one of my biggest beefs with the MCU right now. Period. Like, I hate that Marvel bought. Disney bought Marvel. It's one of
Yeah.
the
I hate it and I appreciate it because I don't think Marvel would have been able to pull off the MCU that we've gotten the
Mar-
first 3, 4 phases of the MCU like we got them all the way
Marvel
up
has
to
it. Go ahead.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they would have been able to pull that off by themselves. But at the same time, after Endgame, this latest phase has been the weakest phase. We've gotten some of the worst movies, and I'm tired of
Worst
having to
movies to
watch.
cinema, huh?
Right, and I'm tired of having to watch all these badly paced, all these
Horribly
paced
written.
like mediocrely written TV shows in order to find out what's going to happen. It kind of takes away from the thrill of what's going to happen because everybody was saying how Doctor Strange was supposed to be like like
A
a really
real
really
horror film.
important movie,
Yeah.
and it was supposed to be like a really really important movie. Like it was supposed to be almost like on like an Avengers movie level, and it
Right.
didn't feel like that. And I
To
feel like partially because you had to watch the fucking TV shows.
it's like I told somebody this the other day. Marvel did no world building whatsoever outside of what the Avengers were doing. Like everything focused on the Avengers. And Marvel knew by a certain point that like these Avengers are going to be dismantled by the end of these series of movies. And
Yeah,
they never took any kind of time to really start building a world without them. So once we didn't have anything to look at, and they were trying to like force feed us this new group of like people we don't
yeah,
know, you know what I mean? Like, or stories we don't have any reason to care about. Like, there's nothing that presses me to watch WandaVision until I know retroactively that, like, oh, Wanda's the main villain of Doctor Strange.
yeah.
There's nothing that built a world for me. And then I'm still kind of pissed because I'm like, what was the whole point of building a world where you have a second vision and I don't see the second vision until like 2024? Like, what was the point?
Yeah.
Right.
Um, Damn, you haven't seen Thor 2 yet, so I'm not gonna
I've
spoil
seen
it.
Thor 2 and Thor 3.
No, not Thor 2, not Thor 2, not Thor 2. The
You're talking about the
newest,
new
the
Thor,
newest Thor,
Love
Love
and
and
Thunder.
Thunder, Love and Thunder. Um,
I've only seen like I told you I was about to bootleg it, so I've seen like the first 30 minutes. I know
no,
I know about like
I told you it was like the best thing about that movie is Christian Bale and Russell Crowe.
I
Like,
can tell you exactly where I left off right before they meet, before they go to that god planet, like where all the gods meet, the Omni planet or the, whatever they call it.
oh, that's more than 30 minutes. Yeah, that's like a good hour.
Yeah, I'm like right before then. I know exactly how Jane Foster. Like I know all of it. I know
Yeah,
exactly how it goes, but I was underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed, and I'm hoping that if it's a little bit more visually stunning, because right now it just looks like it was an episode of The Flash from the bootleg,
yeah,
and I'm like, this CGI is Jesus Christ.
yeah. The overall quality is just getting like in Marvel movies across the board. It's just getting like what the fuck is this? Like y'all are spending hundreds of $1 millions on a movie that looks like this,
I've seen better CGI from the 2000s Scorpion King.
right? Like, uh, I don't know.
Pirates of the Caribbean has better CGI consistently
Well,
than what the MCU was
that's
putting up.
considered some of the best. That's considered some of the best CGI. Like, which one was it? Dead Man, the one where they introduced Davy
Uh,
Jones.
yeah, that's true. Uh,
Yeah,
that was actually some of the best CGI
yeah.
ever,
That
ever.
like to this day, people will be like, yeah, that's some of the best CGI ever. Like,
No, ever, bruh.
like certified CGI professionals.
That
And
and the Planet of the Apes, like
that was great.
Jesus. And every time they progressively got better too, and it was like
Right.
you would think that this
Um,
technology would be limited, but it's not,
yeah.
which makes it so disappointing for the MCU.
And it's and I might be able to put Avatar in that conversation, but Avatar is kind of like where I put that in the same boat as a Avengers movie
Right.
because those are basic. Those are basically like damn near cartoons. Everything in
Yeah,
those is
it's
so
damn near
CGI.
100% animated. Yeah,
Right. Like it's almost an animated movie.
yeah. I think there is, and there should definitely be an appreciation for movies of that type. Like we need to be able to make a category. Like there's traditional 2D animation. There's like the 3D Pixar Illumination vein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more on the cartoony side, still animation and not 2D. Then you got like you said, you got your avatars, you've got your end games, you've got your like Eternals. Like where it's just like 80% of this you can tell somebody like choreographed every single movement with a computer, every punch, every block, every mouth movement. And it's like that's cool and all, but I don't know. I'm just underwhelmed right now. I'm very
Yeah.
underwhelmed. But the Black Panther 2 trailer did look very solid. Very solid. Very solid. I'm not gonna lie.
Who do you think is going to be the new Black Panther?
But I really don't care. I can be so honest to tell you that I hope this movie works exactly like the first Black Panther movie, and it was like a Black Panther movie first, and then it was a Marvel movie second. Like,
Yeah.
I really do not care about the Marvel implications of who's gonna be the next. Like, bruh, I'm holding on for dear breath, waiting on this Fantastic Four movie. I'm just gonna be
I hope
honest with you, bro.
I bet they need to. They need. I heard it's not going to be a origin movie
Of
because
course not.
they've already done two origin movies.
They don't do.
Um,
Marvel doesn't do origin movies. There's like, bro, besides Iron Man that they had to do because people had never really read Iron Man comics, like in the 2000s for real.
yeah,
Like Spider Man, they did the same thing. Like everybody knows what's going on. We can skip that. They've well, Hulk still isn't owned by the MCU,
yeah.
but like
And
still,
that's one of my cores because I didn't know until I saw like a TikTok yesterday, and this guy was saying how Universal still owns the Hulk. So if Marvel
like
wanted
movie
to do
rights
like
for it, yeah,
yeah, if Marvel wanted to do if Marvel
film.
wanted to do a movie about the Hulk, they'd have to pay like a crazy amount of money to Universal to be able to do it. And so if
Yeah,
you look at like the Hulk's progression throughout the MCU, it's like, man, why is Hulk like? I'm like, I haven't watched She-Hulk. Has She-Hulk come out yet?
bro. Even if it has, bro, I haven't even touched that thing,
Like,
bro.
I haven't like if it has, I haven't watched it.
I'm
But
kind
I
of
heard
pissed.
this nigga like sitting crisscross applesauce like in a field of grass or some shit, and I'm like, yo, fam,
Yeah,
like I
you
heard.
haven't seen the trailer.
No, I haven't seen the trailer.
The trailer makes it look halfway decent, honestly.
I
But
heard She-Hulk is like the same size as a regular person.
no, like you now. The first trailer, like it literally looked like I can't even like because this would be disrespectful, but like I was gonna say the closest thing I could think of was like when you first saw Mystique in the first X-Men movie, like where it just
Yeah.
looked like they just put blue paint on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first trailer that they ever had for She-Hulk kind of looked like that. They did better to like beef it up on the second trailer. I don't know why I stay on top of these things because, like I said, I'm not super interested. But the second trailer is like halfway decent, bro. And uh, I don't know if you know, but they're bringing back Daredevil. They're bringing back Luke Cage. They're
Yeah,
bringing back
yeah,
everybody. So
yeah.
She-Hulk is actually going to be Daredevil's first appearance in the TV shows.
Or
Yeah, they already hinted at it. Kind of showed a bit of his new suit in the second trailer. So folks are excited for that.
I saw a somebody had recorded a trailer for. Is there like a new Loki show coming out?
Season two, but I don't think they've done a trailer for it.
But there's like Loki and somebody else, and I can't remember. But at the end of it, they show a real quick clip of Blade. They showed a
Damn.
real quick clip of Blade.
I already know Marshall is going crazy. I know he's going crazy, bro. I
Damn.
I happened to see like Pharrell got his I Am Other podcast,
Yeah.
and Marshall Ali, he was on Marshall Ali. He freaking goes ahead and he's talking about some. I pray for every character that I play as before I go in there. I'm like, I wonder what that Blade prayer sounds like.
Fam. Yo, he's gonna kill Blade.
He was
He's gonna kill that role.
gonna be like some. I pray to cast down my enemies with a with a vengeance. Like I pray to show them no mercy. May they fall. Like I know he gonna be. You said that you wanted to go ahead and. He's gonna be the. He's gonna be one of the. Him and Chris Evans are gonna be the only people that have played two different characters in the MCU,
Yeah.
like main characters like that. But even like Chris Evans doesn't even count because he was never Johnny Blaze for the MCU. Or
Right, right.
I meant Johnny Storm. I don't know why I said Johnny Blaze,
Johnny
but
Blaze.
fucking
But nah,
now you've got him as Cottonmouth and as
and his Blade.
yeah,
Uh,
Mr.
nah,
Mr. Stokes.
he's gonna kill. I'm excited for that. I need
I need some
I need
top tier
Blade to be
acting, bro.
I need some touch. I need Blade to be rated R. I
They're never gonna
need
do that.
Well,
I do.
they're keeping Deadpool rated R, but Deadpool is still owned by 20th Century Fox though.
That's what I was gonna say. That's Disney needs to really start thinking about making an adult subsidiary. They just need to go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
I think that the MCU would benefit from getting R ratings. I think Star Wars would benefit from getting R ratings.
a Star Wars already or already Star Wars.
I would love to see a horror Star Wars film. I would love to like
I've never thought about that.
I would really love to see like a lightsaber duel where you really see somebody like lose an arm, like a real close up shot of like seeing that motherfucker fall off, like all you hear is a zoom. Like that would be scary as hell, bro. If like you really got that shot right, like just imagine it's pure black, and then all of a sudden like all you hear is a zoom, and it's just somebody's arm gone, like gone completely. That would rock you, like that would rock
I
you,
don't know
bro.
about an R-rated Star Wars. I don't know. Well, the whole thing about the lightsaber is so hot that it cauterizes the wound as you cut,
That's very fine. You don't have to see the blood.
so you
That's
don't see any blood.
you don't have to see any blood, bro. Like, but just like the visual aspect of it. Like, I want to see a human hurt. Like, you can always see a clone trooper hurt. You can see like you can see somebody like with stormtrooper armor get stabbed through and see the lightsaber on the other end, bro. You never really see another human like a real fight. Like, imagine you cut somebody's stomach like just through their body, bro. Like no blood, just half a body gone. Like, bro,
Never. I
a
never thought
Darth
about
Vader, a
R-rated
Darth
Star Wars.
Vader horror film, rated R, bro, and like you hear the bones crushing. Like, just imagine, like, if you force choke somebody so bad, their neck just starts like, and all that, like really dying. Like, that would be so fire. And I think about that all the time because we're in the Rogue One generation, we're in the Mandalorian generation. Like, the spinoffs have become really intense, and I kind of want to see. I like when people really take what we consider to be like fun content or like just something that everybody can watch and really turn it on its head. Like The Mandalorian did that for me. Like seeing a Star Wars western was cool. Like, that was the first time I'd ever thought like space is kind of like the wild wild west when you think about it, bro. Like I want to see that pushed to a whole different level. Like having Daredevil be a TV Max when it came out in Netflix. Certain things that you were able to do because of the freedoms you got with that and like the language you could use. You don't really get that in Star Wars, and I don't think it would be rated R and like overdone. Like I think there's tasteful things to do, but just having the freedom to be able to do those things, I think Disney needs to be able to say
Yeah.
like we want to make content for children, for all families. These are three different categories too. People kind of talk about like all ages. It's just the over encompassing, but like you want movie directly for children, movies that everybody can watch, and you want movies just for adults because you still want that. Adults are the ones spending the money.
Right.
Like, it's just to say like for the sake of creating family fun content, we'll never make a rated R movie or at Disney. That's crazy.
Yeah, and especially when you start buying up studios like that, and because they own 20th Century Fox,
Exactly.
like they own what else do they own? Marvel 20th Century
Bro,
Fox,
what do they not
and
own?
eventually there's gonna be some Sherman antitrust laws that come into place because they can't just keep on buying up every studio just because they might own a couple Marvel characters. Um,
Like, I'm about to share my screen, bro.
But
And
I feel like a part of them doing that though was them getting was them getting Sam Raimi to direct Multiverse of Madness. Because to some extent that movie was kind of scary, like a little scary at some points.
it it was supposed to be the first R-rated film for Disney to do, and something changed. Like I don't know what changed, but they need to unchange it, bro. Because that movie pushed it. Like that was
Yeah,
one of those movies.
if that was R rated,
It would have been great. It would
it
have
would
been
have been
great.
dope.
Uh, there would have been bigger jump scares.
Yeah,
There would have been just certain things about that movie screamed like, make this R. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I felt about a lot of different intellectual properties that Disney owns. Like,
yeah.
You own Lucasfilm, bro. Like you own Marvel. Oh my goodness, Jesus.
And then now, because I mean, like they have Deadpool and Deadpool 2 on
Right.
Disney Plus. They have Logan. Those are R-rated movies. So it's like you guys own it. Kids can readily watch that shit on Disney Plus. Just go ahead and start producing R-rated movies. You guys are still gonna get the money because comic book heads are still gonna go out and go see the movie. The Deadpool franchise confirmed that like those are like what two of the highest grossing R-rated movies ever.
Exactly, bro.
And it's like your movies so far this year have not hit a billion.
Right. Exactly. Like
Like phase 1 through 4.
they're never going to hit those levels because they didn't build a world that like requires that. I really think people forget that. You when you don't make it enough of an emphasis that we're going to keep making movies after the Avengers and actively do something to help build that world, like the event, like half of the Eternals was just them having to explain why they weren't there for the first half of the movies.
I didn't see the Eternals.
But why weren't you there to stop Thanos? Like every time an Eternal is introduced, why not Thanos? Like, bruh, you made a world that was so centered around Thanos that there is no post Thanos world.
Right.
Like, I hate that.
And then you introduce who I guess is supposed to be the next like big villain, Kang.
Yeah.
Kang, and I think they're gonna introduce Doctor Doom in Black Panther. That's what I'm hearing. I'm
I
hearing
think
they're
it's
gonna introduce.
I think it's too early. I
I
think.
heard.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
What the hell? What the?
Bruh.
I think your mic is actually coming through on the mic on your earbuds.
It probably is, but I just had my headphones out completely, so I'm sure my loud ass laugh was definitely coming through, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I almost busted out on my.
But yeah, we've been recording for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Um, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say?
Man.
Yeah, no, I think I'm hearing rumors that they're gonna introduce Doctor Doom in Black Panther 2, and that, but it's like they introduced King in a TV show. It's like if King is supposed to be this important of a villain, why didn't you introduce him in a movie?
Well, the point is that the Kang we see is just one of an infinite Kang.
Yeah,
That's what makes Kang so interesting. Like when we see him in Ant-Man and Quantumania, like he will be the main villain of Quantumania and will die in Quantumania, and it's still not the Kang that we're supposed to be afraid of. Like we still have not seen the Kang to fear, which is very interesting to me.
yeah.
Like, but then I also think like it's way too early for us to see Doctor Doom. I just really do. I think we haven't established too much of like the mystic side of
Yeah.
as many Doctor Strange movies as we've had. We only see Doctor Strange. Like we don't really understand magic in the MCU for real.
No,
And
not at all.
like Doctor Doom is yes a scientist, but like he's also big on like mystics, like and big on magic. And unless this new Black Panther has magic abilities, I just don't see the connection. Unless Doctor Doom needs a new mask, I don't see the connection.
No, I heard you was watching that. I heard you watching the that clip for special. That shit was hilarious. He made a nigga watch a movie. That shit.
Like I said, show us all our cheapskate.
The press up button. All the movie memory went back to the TV.
Bro, if I could do that with half these MCU movies, bro.
Man, shit, me too.
Like for real.
I'm mad. Thor only got one good movie. It's like Thor like named one of the most powerful Avengers. Like you
I've
give that nigga one
never
movie.
I've never enjoyed Thor. Like everything about Thor has always been overrated to me. Like from that Hamlet movie that they tried to get away with for Thor 1, for that Macbeth movie they tried to pass as Thor 2 cuz that shit was even more boring. Then just like this random redemption case that happens in Thor 3 that was actually halfway decent, but then like it's still Takeeda with whatever Waititi's full name is.
I don't like his style of directing.
it's like it's so hit or miss, bro. He has to be like he has to be given full creative control or like barely none at all, bro, for me to think this is very enjoyable. Because like I've seen him in Ready Player One as an actor, and I'm like, oh, he can act. And then I've seen some of his actual movies, and I'll be like, oh, he can direct. But then every time I see a Thor movie, I'm like, it's just missing something. Like every time.
Like I'm not even that much of a James Gunn fan, but his stuff is kind of funny. Like Peacemaker, because they
Peacemaker is
let
hilarious.
Peacemaker was hilarious. That shit. But the thing about James Gunn is that they'll let James Gunn go mature, like a rated R, mature TV MA with
That's a
his stuff,
that's a
where
show
he
for
can,
adults.
yeah, like he can make a funny adult content, like,
Yeah,
and then and times it can get serious as well. Um, but no, back to what we were saying. We can wrap this up soon too.
yeah.
Um, about the MCU. Uh,
Doctor
yeah,
Doom. I was like, I just feel like it's unlikely.
I'm hearing apparently they have an act. Apparently they've had an actor film scenes for Doctor Doom, and I'm hearing it's Giancarlo Esposito.
Hold on. Now I gotta look him up so I can. You said who?
He Gian, I can't.
Oh no, you're lying to me, bro. You're lying to me, bro.
I'm fucking up his name.
You ain't talking about my
I'm
boy.
hearing this him. I'm hearing this him.
Not from Los Pollos Hermanos. Not my
Yes,
boy.
Gus Fring. I'm hearing this him. I'm
Thank you for
hearing
coming.
the
The chicken is very delectable.
Twitter is saying this him, so it must be true.
That's a top tier villain. Anytime you see him in a villain
For
role,
real.
he's a
If
top
there's
tier villain.
if there's one thing Marvel be getting good actors to play their villains.
Yeah, I hope
Josh
the name
Brolin
more
is
is decent.
Thanos. Yeah, Josh Brolin is Thanos.
Great choice.
Um,
Yes,
Jeff Bridges is Obadiah Stane.
the fucking Big Lebowski, the
Yeah,
fucking dude, the dude himself.
like they be getting Academy Award winning actors to play their villains.
Yep, I will say that. I will say that. But then like it just be such a big ass letdown. Like, bro,
I hope they don't let us down. I trust Ryan Coogler. I feel like
Ryan Coogler is
even
gonna give a great film.
he's gonna make a really good film. Like he has to like you can't have the lead of your movie franchise basically pass and then have a bad movie.
He
Like
actually has some of the most creative reins in all of Marvel right now. Like
yeah,
they just trust him the most. Like Black
because of
Panther
what
made them so much. Black
right
Panther made them so much money, bro.
Black Panther made them so much money that they're just like okay cool just do whatever you did again.
Yes,
Like
just, and I know he was probably given such a challenge to have to do that without Chadwick. I know that was
yeah
such a big ask to like
yeah
completely redo everything, bro, and still be able to grieve because like that's somebody you had to see for like years and like work on this
right
together with. You guys were probably working on number two already, just like talking about scripts, all that, and then just like all that's just cut.
right
Like we were talking about that in and Christopher Nolan with the whole Dark Knight trilogy, bro. Just how easy it is for something to like switch like that and have to change and pivot so hard, and it's not easy to bounce back from that. It's not.
not at all yeah
I have good feelings though about Ryan Coogler. Anybody that can effectively revive the freaking Rocky series, you got a point
yeah
from me. And then like speaking of, I think yeah, Michael B. Jordan is directing the last Creed.
yeah he's directing that. Sylvester Stallone's not gonna be in it. Um,
I think he still wants his rights back.
yeah, I didn't read an article, but I saw an article about that.
Hmm.
He was because he doesn't own Rocky, and he's trying to get the rights back to Rocky, and they're actually making a Drago
Yeah, I
spin-off
saw that, bro.
of I'm just.
Yeah, yeah, that's too many
It's a
spinoffs, bro.
it'll be about like I've never seen a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin
Come
like
on,
yeah like a spin-off of a spin-off. I've never seen that shit.
y'all making me sick, bro. Like every time, bro. Every time we get something decent, bro. Like somebody really heard, like, they made a Creed movie. We can't get a Drago movie.
Drago?
What the fuck? Like,
I don't think it's gonna be nearly as compelling as
you know what I
Rocky
mean?
or Creed.
Creed was written because Ryan Coogler's dad was dying, and he was a Rocky fan.
Oh really?
Yeah, like,
I didn't know that.
yeah, you that's a movie that somebody literally made from the kindness of their heart and was like, I want to do something that honors my father and honors his legacy. Oh, that you can tell Drago is a money grab.
Yeah,
Cause like even Creed 2 was like a good movie. Creed 2 was a good movie, bro. It was
it
filmed
was.
very well.
It was.
It
It
was
was.
especially to not be like directed by Ryan Coogler, like for a whole new director to get that script and just kill it like that. Great job. But we just saw that story come to a conclusion. Like we saw Drago's son. We saw it, bro. Like nobody thought to themselves. Well, everybody thought to themselves like, Drago's son. He a hell of a damn fighter. Like he's probably a boxer in real life.
Right.
I know people probably thought that, but they were like, yeah, I'd watch another 4 movies about just him on
Yeah,
top of the
nobody
Creed
said.
movies.
No, nobody said they was gonna watch 4 movies about Drago. But I heard this actually supposed to be about Drago,
Like the actual
like
Drago and his years
the
in
actual
between.
Drago. Yeah. And so either the years in between or the years before, I'm not sure. But it'll be interesting. I might. I don't know if I'll see. I don't
It's
know. Can't
just
tell
too,
you.
it's just too much, bro. Like that's why I'm kind of getting tired of all of this stuff, bro. Like we do kind of live in a spin off.
Spin off,
Everything is a
spin off,
spin off of some other shit right now. Like
right? Or a remake, or a. I don't even think. Yeah, they still do sequels pretty much, but
the last decent sequel that somebody actually took the time to make, and I will actually give this Tom Cruise and fucking Top Gun Maverick.
yeah,
Like you can tell, like, but
I
Tom
never
Cruise
saw
is
that.
one of the. Tom Cruise is that type of person, bro. He was like one of the first people to film like during COVID, bro.
Yeah,
And like literally, there's a video of him just like, if you don't want to wear your mask
yeah.
on the set, and you want us, we're the only people right now filming, and you want to ruin this for everybody.
I heard about that.
Like,
I watched that video.
yeah,
That nigga
Tom,
crazy.
Tom
But
Cruise,
hey,
hey, Tom Cruise
rightfully
cares.
so.
Yeah, Tom Cruise cares about his movies, even though the motherfucker's crazy as hell. He's
Is
crazy,
he
but
really
like,
crazy like that?
especially like in the early 2000s, bro. If you like watch some of the interviews, like when people
Ooh,
first figured out he was a Scientologist and stuff,
oh
like
yeah,
the conversations were super weird. But like overall, I don't know if he's super weird. Some people try to make rumors of like he ate his child's placenta like when they were born.
that's yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know nothing about none of that. But if it is true, the motherfucker's weird, bro. The motherfucker's weird,
But
bro.
look, he did you see the trailer for the new Mission Impossible?
I did not.
That motherfucker look good. It's 2 part. This is a 2 part.
You told me, bro. I gotta watch it,
Two
bro.
part. It's 2 part.
I might
That
just
should be good.
I'm gonna
Because the
yeah.
last one was one of the best action movies I've ever seen.
You're talking about the one
Was it
with
Rogue Nation
Henry
with
Cavill?
Henry Cavill? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great movie. That movie had me on the edge of my seat. Like I was like, yo,
He's one of them, bro. He's one of them, bro. That's the whole outside the jet door, real life.
yeah.
No stuntman, bro. That's so crazy.
He be Christopher Nolan with it. No CGI, no nothing.
Oh shit. Damn, that motherfucker loud, bro. I was gonna try to play it, but
So,
that mother.
damn, we hit the 240 mark. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
was gonna say. I know it's probably getting close to that wrap up point.
Yeah, I gotta go get ready. I'm gonna go to this little event a little later. I gotta go get dressed and pick up my girl. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think we gonna end it here.
Yeah, we giving slow.
Pause.
Yeah, nah, I'm messing. But nah, in closing, bro, I feel like this was one of those episodes that just there was so much to talk about, bro. It's hard to even know where to start or where to
Right.
finish properly, bro. And I guess in closing, bro, rest in peace to Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have some reviews on some of the stuff that we talked about not listening to. Uh, I know I got like 4 albums that I definitely haven't heard. Maybe I'll give you a review of Thor when I see it. I got this Mission Impossible trailer up right now, so I'm gonna go and see what that's talking about.
For sure, for sure.
But what you got, man? What you got to tell 'em?
Well, look, rest in peace, Bill Russell. Rest in peace, Chadwick.
Yeah, for sure.
Go see Nope if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Good movie.
See it in
Um,
IMAX,
yeah, make sure you see it in
or
IMAX.
the best picture that your theater will allow,
Yeah, make
as
sure you
long
go
as
see
it's
it in
just not the
IMAX.
same. Unless you got 12 theaters with the same screen, find a different theater. Like no cap.
Um, yeah, the leader of the friend group. Most of y'all ain't dating the leader of the friend group, so stop talking
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Most of y'all
Um,
already knew that shit too.
yeah. Don't take no pictures with your ass out front front of
Yeah,
HBC. I'm tired of y'all niggas.
yeah. Apparently they'll
Um,
take your masters.
yeah, they gonna take your they gonna take your masters like Birdman. Um, what else? What else? And yeah, MCU made some R-rated movies. But with that said,
Yeah,
it's been a good episode.
yeah,
Episode 3 of the Corner Section Podcast with my boy DeErik Reed.
yeah. I don't even know
Uh,
if you're. I don't know if you're allowed to. Freaking in the in the pod
you
with
said
music, but you got to play that "Break My Soul." Bro. You got
you
to play
can't
that.
break my
You
soul.
got to play. Release that wiggle. Hey, me and that joint. Me and that joint talk about some welcome to H&M. The next time we open up to some honestly, never mind.
Right. It was funny because I was actually at a store the other day and they were playing Drake's album. So
I'm not surprised.
yeah,
That boy Drake. Oh, we got to talk about that too one day, bro. Licensing your music for television and to get like into stores and stuff, bro.
yeah,
But
yeah.
not
Let me
today.
log on because I need to go fucking take this. All right. This is your host with the most, Dylan Kemp, logging off.
Deuces, bro. I was supposed to say something cooler, but let's just end it.